All right. We'll go with that being the first major F up for the night. And I don't know what happened because I was actually listening to the track.
Yeah, so was I, and then it cut off.
And then, but then I heard like it being doubled.
Oh, I didn't hear that. No, I just heard that it was going, and then I boom.
Yeah.
And then I heard a couple of people message you like, "Hey, we have no sound."
Yeah. Again, so apologies, folks. I'm hearing everything that's coming out of the studio. So when see, there you go. Oh, and I know why it is. See, there you go. There you go.
Is it a mic volume?
Well, no. It was because Facebook was on, and that's what it was. It was a double on Facebook. So I turned Facebook off completely. Right. And I don't know why, because I had all of Facebook off. So that's what it was. The sound was on, and then I had like an extra Facebook feed going on, which is why I was hearing the sound being doubled. Okay. So again, excuse me, folks. Apologies. I humbly beseech thee to forgive me from your captain. So
it's my fault, though, folks. I was late this evening. I apologize.
Well, then I'm going to blame it on Fred.
It was my fault. I was the one that was late, so any mishaps this evening is based on what I did, my actions. I apologize. Let's get into it.
Well, let's get into it. First off, Fred, thank you for being here. This is the Elite SuperFan Show. And wow, look at these awesome graphics that we have.
Man, awesome. I love them.
The show. And we're gonna talk with the man that does that in a little bit. I know that he's backstage, and it's one of those, and I know he can't wait to come on. But I want to personally thank the man of himself, Oscar Toledo of Boca Dios, and we will be talking about that in just a minute. But while we do that, because unfortunately when we do this, I have to change the background for other things. So we'll before we do anything else, we're going to talk about our sponsors and go ahead there, Fred. You can start off first with our sponsors.
Yeah, our first sponsor is Soulmate Performance Socks. I mean, this guy does a great job, and it's not just one team. All NFL teams, whatever team is your favorite team, he can make them for you. You can reach out on him. He's on the NFL Elite Superfan, the group, and you can reach out there for all his contacts. This guy does a great job. They're amazing socks.
There you go.
The next one is Seasonal Sports. This is Fred and his wife. He owns a company. He does embroidery, screen printing, and any vinyl work. He does a lot of wraps on, like, if you see like custom snowmobiles, bikes, and trailers and stuff. He does a lot of that work. But he's also the one that is designing the anti-bullying shirt. So if you guys are interested in getting one of those shirts, the store is up on the Elite Super Fans page, and it's also posted in the group. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and get one of those anti-bullying T-shirts. Then we got the Tazgo toys. Yeah, if you're a super fan or just a fan, get yourself into a doll. Create your own doll. Create yourself as your super fan. It's a great item to have in your personal collection. Plus, it makes Captain look better.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was going to say, it definitely makes me look better. The best thing that makes me look better is good-looking ladies by my side, and that's why we have Cutie Hawk in there as well. So we'll get into that later on as well. And last, for your Buffalo crew.
Yeah, Mr. Ken Newton Studios. I'll tell you, Ken is an artist out of Buffalo. He lives right up in Buffalo. He does a lot of stuff for the players. He does those cleats. He designs a lot of cleats for them, but he makes those nice paintings. The players get a copy of it. They sign some copies for him. He does a lot of metal work up there. But if you're a Bills fan or any NFL fan, he does custom football. He can put anything on there for you. Reach out to him. That's Ken Newton Studios. He has a page, so follow him on Facebook.
Okay, then I'm going to go into the folks that I know about. PlayersCongress.com. Please, again, go find yourself PlayersCongress.com. I'm going to get into the shot, so you're not going to get my ugly mug out of here as well. Go to this page, PlayersCongress.com. Get with these folks. When football was football, get this T-shirt. This is only one design of 4. So there's a very plethora, at least 4 designs for the T-shirt. playerscongress.com. Support the players of old that didn't have these humongous contracts, okay? This other one, shoesforkids.com. Get with Jerry Robinson, president, board of directors, great guys. Send them money or send them lightly used, okay, lightly used shoes so that they can put shoes on kids in this time of need. Now, there's one more sponsor, but we're going to wait to do that one when we do after our intro. And by the way, I want to make an announcement because I saw that there was a there is a person that came in, let's just say to the owner that's backstage, We got a little bit of a late start tonight, but please be ready. We will have your game on as soon as we go around the NFL. So we'll go. Actually, we can actually go in order now. So just be ready because we'll probably start with that game now that we got people in here. I'm trying to think who did they play? Oh, okay, yeah, there is no fan for the other teams. So yeah, we'll go with that. Fred,
yes, sir.
Talk to me about what is going on around. Well, I changed backgrounds here. What is going on around the NFL that we need to know about?
Well, I mean, the first thing actually has to do with the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders. Gus Bradley has been named the new defensive coordinator for the Raiders, and you guys might know who he was. He was with Seattle from 2009 to 2012. He was the one that was responsible for the Legion of Boom. And most recently, he was actually with the Chargers. He's been with them since 2017 until he was actually picked up by the Raiders.
The Raiders. And I tell you what, I like the hiring. It wasn't the splashy one that people were talking about. It wasn't Wade Phillips, but John Gruden himself said he wanted a guy that did a four-man front, and that automatically excluded Phillips. They could have possibly went after Greg Williams. They didn't. There is a connection between Gruden with Gus Bradley. That was one of his first head coaching jobs back in 96. Sorry, I'm dating myself. So again, he has worked with Gruden, and he, like I said, Legion of Boom. He went to Jacksonville. We'll talk about Jacksonville in a minute as well. He was head coach there for a little bit, but I like the Gus Bradley hiring. As long as we get ferocious on defense for the Raiders, and I'm gonna have a feeling that'll be good to go as well.
I think it's a good pickup because he does have head coaching experience. So you got just not a defensive coordinator coming in there, but you're also picking up somebody that actually has head coaching experience. So maybe he can help Gruden a little bit as well, prepare for games week to week.
Oh God! From your mouth to Gruden's ears, man. From your mouth to Gruden's ears.
Hey, in other Raiders news, Mark Davis had just purchased the Las Vegas Aces. It's the WNBA women's team. He had just purchased them. So now he's well invested in Las Vegas. So I don't see the Raiders going anywhere for a while.
No, they ain't going anywhere. Whether he sells their team or not remains to be seen.
And we have some big news as well. The Jackson Jaguars have finally found a coach. It didn't really take him long. I think everybody knew it, but Urban Myers has agreed to be the new head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, you can always tell when Urban is lying because his mouth is moving.
Yeah, what's funny is that he had just retired, and most recently he was an analysis for the Fox Sports. So this is another big pickup. I mean, he had a lot of success with the Ohio Buckeyes, and now he's moving up the ranks a little bit. So, and what's nice is that he's coming in. They do have the number 1 draft pick. They have a lot of draft capital. So it's going to be interesting to see because he has already mentioned the top 3 quarterbacks, and it's going to be interesting who he takes.
Nah, it's Trevor Lawrence or somebody. Let's put it this way: it's either going to be Trevor Lawrence or somebody's going to trade up to get Trevor Lawrence, and he's going to have some capital there. I think it's hard. And by the way, Jacksonville, let me give you some coaches that have been in the NFL that were fantastic coaches in the NFL: Nick Saban, Steve Spurrier, Lou Holtz. You get where I'm going with this, right? Don't hold your breath.
Nope.
Don't hold your breath.
They always run back to college for a reason.
That's right.
Dealing with men, not the boys.
Exactly. If you think that people are that pros are gonna like being screamed at by college coaches for a long period of time, it ain't happening.
Right.
What else we got, Fred?
Oh, actually, the New York Jets finally found a coach. They actually hired Robert Salah. He was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. So they have found a head coach. It's kind of funny because he's probably looking right now. The rumors are to bring Mike LaFleur with him as his offensive coordinator. And right now he's actually the passing coach down there in 49ers. And another note is that he's the first Muslim to get a head coaching job in the NFL. So I just wanted to point that out.
Well, actually, you got a Muslim owner in Jacksonville, and then now you have a Muslim head coach. So
Yep.
It's all about diversity in the NFL. You have women that are involved in the coaching as well. You have a woman that is a referee So hey, don't ever say that the NFL is a bunch of old stodgy old men like me. Or all white Christian whatever. Good diversity amongst the NFL.
Yep. And then some Steeler news. Well, we probably saw this was coming. Steelers ended up parting ways with their offensive coordinator, Randy Fitchner, offensive line coach, Sean Surratt, and their DB coach, Tom Bradley. So he kind of cleaned up. They're going to be putting a new staff together in there. I mean, you probably seen it coming. Somebody was going to have to take the fall for what happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers down the stretch this year. So now we see a couple of the coaches already being released. So we'll keep tabs on that and see who they pick up because there's a lot of good coaches out there. Also, just before coming on, it was finalized that the Falcons actually hired the Titans offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, as their new head coach of the Falcons. So that's a big pickup right there.
I think the best joke that I heard today about that is Arthur Smith sounds like he should be naming the head coach as the owner, not being the head coach. Arthur Smith. Now, remember, it's and he's the Falcons head coach, right?
Yes.
So Arthur is working for Arthur.
Yeah. That's funny.
So there you go. See, I got a million of them, folks. So thanks. We got it. So again, that is around the NFL. If you got any other NFL news, please let us know because Fred is really, really awesome to dig all this stuff up. But there's only so much time.
Right.
Okay. But having said that, we're going to go immediately to, and I hope he's right. Yep, I see him going like this. So I know he's ready. He's backstage. I want to bring in our first guest, and that is Mr. Oscar Toledo.
Hi, everyone.
And Oscar's wonderful. If you're wondering why you can have these wonderful cartoon figures in the corner for Fred. And Fred's kind of looks like him, and I'll tell you what.
I need bigger arms.
Yeah.
Okay, I will try to work more in your muscles, man.
Hey, tell him to pack sand there, Oscar. You're good to go. Oscar,
great.
And again, he makes me even look good as well. Oscar, again, we thank you for all of us with the Elite Superfan organization. You've done a bang-up job putting ourselves as characters and whatnot. And I would like to, again, we thank you for what you do.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into doing what you're doing for us nowadays.
Thank you. Actually, what I have to say is thank you because all of you and all these elite superfans and all other superfans from the NFL has making me grow and making me discover all these guys and all this community that I haven't really know too much about. And I'm getting to know all of you, getting to know more of the NFL, the football, and all that. As we talked last time, this is the first year when I see the Super Bowl coming, and I know all the teams, and I know about the playoff and all that. So I'm very excited to get into all of you. Basically, what I do, or what I started this universe, how I call it, is because I'm starting illustrating myself, my wife, and then my friends, my family, and all that. Basically, the universe of the Bocadillos universe, as I call it, it's to represent and join everyone. Right now, we Well, I'm being very grateful and thankful for all of you NFL fans. And yeah, for the most part, are being NFL fans who I've been working on and illustrated. But once again, you have to, if you are NFL, NBA, or anything, a doctor, a veterinarian, whatever, you can join into the universe. So basically, that's how I started. I started with all of you because one particular fan, I believe her name was Alexis. She was from the Dolphins, and she asked me to illustrate Gorilla Luke. I believe Gorilla Luke was the first fan that got the word up with everyone, and I started to get the ball rolling. And that was on March from last year. So basically, all year I've been working on all you guys. I haven't stopped. Every week, 20 more characters coming up every week. So I'm very excited and happy to see. Yeah, right now I'm working now. It's 850 characters so far that I've been working. Not all NFL. There's some being some other fans and some just people being illustrated, but basically, yeah, 850 characters so far.
No, that's awesome, man. You do great work. I appreciate what you did with us. I mean, I look great. I love it, man. You did an awesome job, man. Really.
Yeah, and like I said to the captain, I believe was the last Friday that I was seeing the show, and it just occurred to me, and I make a screenshot. You know, I want to do something special for all you for the show, a basic template. And it was just until Sunday that I see the screenshot on my computer. Why I had this screen? Oh, right. And I had to work it as soon as I can.
Now, we appreciate it. Make sure you let everybody know how to get a hold of you in case they want to order something from you, to have their made up.
Awesome. Yeah. But basically what I do is every Saturday on my website, bocadillosuniverse.com, you can go over there and purchase your illustration. Why Saturday? Because what I do is every week I upload or make available this amount of illustrations that I can work every week. What I like to do is to work and have you, if you purchase an illustration, not make you wait so much time to have your illustration done. In the past, I make the store open, just open the overflows to any amount of illustrations per se, and I won't lie to you that I have 200 illustrations yet to complete. Wow. and keep getting ordered. So I have to stop, and basically those 200 illustrations, the last one had the illustration 3 months later, because I have to work on every single illustration, and it takes time, it takes care. And every single one, I mean, right now I'm a full-time illustrator. I'm thankful for all of you for all that. I'm very happy to announce that I'm illustrator full-time, and this is basically my job. Right. And yeah, and I don't like to think that people pay me and they are waiting for too much just to get to see their final product. So every week I have 20 spots. You can purchase the spot every Saturday, and basically by the end of the next week I will have the illustration posted on Facebook and on Instagram, and over the weekend and the Monday I will send your files to you, and then work, and then the next batch every Thursday. And that's my weeks. Every weekend posting, finishing last illustrations, and then next Thursday, here we go again, starting new illustrations again.
All right. Now, one thing that Oscar, now I know that you showed me something the other day. Are you ready to unveil? Because if you're not, no, wait a second. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just saying. Oscar has something that is good to go, that's in the works.
Right now, it's a early beginnings of our work, but yeah, I wanted to share it, but let's keep it.
We're going to keep it under wraps. Only I know about it. That's what makes it special.
Well, I shared it in a live video this morning. So
okay, well, me and whoever
sorry about that. I really want to see the first one, but yeah, I wanted to share that with you. But again, with a big disclaimer that this is a barely beginning works. It's barely a design stage, so it's not yet completed, but it's something very cool that hopefully you will like.
Okay, now one other thing, Oscar, and I know we're running late, and I apologize for that.
It was on me.
Obviously,
It was my fault.
well, and other no worries. But now, obviously, you've taken an interest in football, and we love you for it. So, have you reached out to anybody else and have plans to hopefully come up to America to see us live, or maybe with a
Yes, yeah.
there?
Of course. Well, like I said, I've been talking about this for a while with everyone who I get to know, for all your fans. Yeah, one of my first plans for this. I don't want to say this year because the vaccine is getting to right now to all the countries, but we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully this year or maybe the next one, whenever it is possible. The first thing we have to be safe. But yeah, the first thing that I want to do is get to know all of you. I want to go to the Las Vegas stadium to see the tailgate. I believe that's the term. When you go to the parking lots and go to tailgate. That's the word. That's the word. That's the first thing that I want to do. I want to go to every single space where you can just receive and get to know all of you personally. It's
sounds
something
like you want to come to Buffalo.
Everywhere. Really,
that's tailgating.
Of course. The thing is that I've seen the Raiders on video. That's why I'm lying, because I know that one fan from the Bills uses his car to make barbecue.
Who is that?
I don't know the name, but I have already illustrated, and I illustrate his car that he used with the motor to barbecue.
I'm trying to think of who that is.
Yeah, I don't know the name. Like I said, 850 characters.
Yeah, I know you get confused.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember those. Yeah, I really want to get to know all of you. Like I said, I don't want to be one particular team and get my side to one there, because not to get upset for anyone, especially, but I want to be. I'm not a sports fan. I have to confess, but I'm a fan from the I don't know, the promotion, the sets, the whole campaign, to see how the teams are formed. I'm really a big fan right now with the jerseys and the badges, the design, and all of the things that the people do. The main thing that I see when I see the Super Bowl in the past is seeing all the teams and all the outfits and all that. I'm right now on that stage, but even more because I'm getting to know the fans, the players, and the teams, especially the teams. Something that I didn't. There's some things that I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, there's 32. There's 32 teams in the NFL.
Yeah. And there's a couple of them that haven't worked on that. There's some teams that haven't had fans to join. So I'm very excited in the future to have this batch. Right now, I have the first Patriots in 850 characters. The first Patriot to join.
Did he say the Patriots?
Yeah, the Patriots, the New England.
I don't think they have fans anymore.
Really?
I'm kidding with you.
No.
He's not kidding that far off, though. So I'll say that.
They all moved to Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Okay. And a lot and that happened a lot as well. And by the way, make sure that you know as well, because again, Oscar not just does the NFL, he's doing Major League Baseball, he's doing the NBA. So if there is any other super fan, and again, I'm not leery about that term, but if there is a fan of note that is just a major player in how he supports his fandom, make sure you send them all to Oscar, because we love supporting Oscar because Oscar loves supporting us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I have fans that are from the NFL, but I also have their NBA and baseball teams, and they are coming back with the other the sport outfits, and I have worked on them. So yeah, every team, everywhere, everyone. It doesn't have to be just a team, whatever. I want to this. That's why I call it universe, because I want to span and feel like a universe. Right now, I'm working with my wife in a big poster with all the 2020 characters. It's gonna be a massive, massive image with all the illustrations seen. It's gonna be like a Where's Waldo image by the end when we're done with it, and it's gonna be fun to everyone to see it. And you know what? Look for me. It's just start looking for all the with all the illustrations. That's gonna be awesome.
And Oscar, we appreciate you spending time with us because, like I said, we love you. Make sure that you are a part of the show in the comments, and also if you can, when you can, because we're going to get through it again. We're giving you big air hugs because we love you.
Absolutely.
When you do under the comments, make sure that you say it's the Bocadillo universe, or make sure that you put in the comments how to get a hold of you.
Of course.
Your website, your house number, anything.
Thank you so much. And also, if everyone wants to get to the patches that I also make available in my website, bocadilloniverse.com/merch, you can purchase the patches. I make this, and this is awesome. And seeing that a lot of people, a lot of fans have their jerseys full of patches, well, I have mine also, so you can have the patch for the universe.
Nice. That's awesome.
All right. Oscar, you're awesome. And again, thank you for what you've done for ESF. Thank you for what you've done for all of the fans. Thank you for what you did for me. And we'll introduce that. But
awesome.
We won't say any of that until later. But hey, thanks again for being here and for you showing your fandom to all of us. We support you.
Thank you so much. And again, I'm just very excited, and thank you so much for supporting and liking and really enjoying the thing that I'm doing. I'm reading a lot of comments that these illustrations, for me, it's just a express way to get to know all of you. But I see for a lot of people, it's a way to use the illustration to get to more people, to using on fans, to using on campaigns, to using as a personal image, whatever. And so that's very cool.
All right. Hey, Oscar, get ready, bub. We're going to be sending you more work, and we got a bit of due to you, but thank you, sir.
I'm ready.
Going to keep you busy. Great work.
Thank you so much.
Great work.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Oscar. You take care.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Love Oscar, man. I tell you,
he does great work, doesn't he? Jeez.
Yeah, and again, Oscar, we love you for being here. I'm trying, and by the way, I apologize. It took me a bit to get all the comments up because of all the things we got going on. But all the comments are supporting Oscar and all the things that he does. And remember, he's not going to be a stranger. We're definitely going to have him on for different things. Make sure you support Oscar as he supports us.
And remember what he said. He's working on a lot. I mean, he's got like 200. So if you ordered something from Oscar, bear with him. He's a very busy guy, and he will look at the work. I mean, it's worth the wait. Just give the guy, give him some time. Let him get his stuff done, because look at this job that he does. Unbelievable.
You can't rush quality. You can't rush quality, because if you do, you're going to get a crappy. Notice I watched my mouth. You're going to get a crappy thing back. Don't rush quality. Wait for the good stuff, because remember, I look really good as a Boca. Okay, I look really good as a Boca.
Be sure to go support his website, and you know what? If you're a patch collector, be sure to go ahead and purchase one of those patches. Support him that way. Look at a great job he does.
That's right. And remember, Oscar, send me your address, Oscar. Oh, by the way, like I said, you can use your Boca to make your patches. So again, I use Oscar's Boca to be on my patch. And Oscar, send me your address. I need to send you one of my patches. You're going to get one for free. All right. Well, that's awesome. And now we are going to get into probably the meat of the show. And that is, we are talking about the games this weekend. Okay. And we're going to start off. And I know that we said we were going to flip-flop the games for all you people backstage, change 1 to change 3 to change 5, okay? We're going to go in order now, because I have the person that I need to make sure was in on the show, and he is in here backstage, so I got to bring him on. Hopefully he's here. Oh, my goodness, he was here. Okay, scratch that. We might not. We didn't do. He was here, so I guess he might have left. We're gonna start with game 2. So I know A-Bomb is ready to go.
The Bills.
We got A-Bomb in here, and the Bills are playing up. I don't have my the guy that he is playing. So
that's okay because the Bills are going to show up tomorrow and not the Ravens.
Unfortunately, that's kind of like what we got here. But we do have some at-large folks that are ready to come on board because we want to make sure that we got some people that can talk about the games, okay? And we got that. So I bid. I'm definitely. I got to take the front off. Hang on a second here.
You're covered.
Yeah, I'm covered.
We can't see your face.
Yeah, I'm covered. There you
Oh,
go.
it looks good.
Yes, you old
Yeah.
salty.
I mean, I know that I can bring. I know I can bring things down with this mug, but I definitely want to at least try to be a part of the show. So again, and hopefully we'll get an explanation. But as A-Bomb says, and it's kind of the derivative. The Bills are hosting the Ravens, and they got home field right now because I got A-Bomb representing the Bills, but I do have some people. You're not going to get away that easy because we got Raider Demon King and Cutie Hawk, and I want to welcome them to our show as well. First off, so we got you going on, Anthony, and I'm going to say it the Italian one, Anthony. Hey.
How we doing there, Captain Jack?
How you doing there, shipmate? Good to see you. Give me a little bit of an introduction for you. Tell me all about yourself, what you represent, and we'll go from there. And then and I'm also going to throw it to my at-larges because they're going to be spending a lot of time on the show tonight, so I will get their introductions done as well. Anthony, tell me about yourself and your love of the Bills.
All right, Captain Jack, I appreciate it. Yeah, my name is Anthony Bamasudo. I'm half Sicilian, half Irish, of course. You can call me McGinney. It doesn't matter, whatever. I was pregnant with me in 1994 at Bills games, one of the worst weather Monday Night Football games in history. So I was born with the Mafia blood right from the jump. I attended my first Bills game in 2005 in San Diego, actually, back when Willis McGahee was the running back. And that's kind of when I watched my mother's facial expression to a touchdown by the Bills, and that's when I saw the light go off, and I wanted to experience that myself. So I've been a Bills fan for a long time. I rep Bills Mafia to the fullest. I mean, I have broken some folding tables in my time. I tailgate from 7 in the morning until 7 at night sometimes. It doesn't matter.
Amen.
I'll also say this too. I rep a page called The Game Book. We cover the Bills a little bit, and I want to shout out to my friends that are from The Game Book here. My buddy Joe Pratt and Gage, of course, and my mother's watching. So I'm hoping to rep the Bills the best way I can, and I'm very excited to be here. So thank you guys very much.
Gotcha. I am taking care of some administrative business as well. So again, we got you for that being with the Bills, and then we have and I'm gonna wait for Jason Dean for last because I know him a little bit too much as well. But we got Cutie Hawk, otherwise known as Miss Crystal Page. Tell us a little bit about yourself. We didn't get a chance to do that last week as well, Crystal.
I know. We didn't, did we?
No.
So I'm originally from just southeast outside of Seattle, Washington, a little town called North Bend that hardly anybody knows, except if you are old enough and you actually know the show Twin Peaks, that it was actually filmed in my hometown. No? Yeah, nobody.
I know Twin Peaks. I know Twin Peaks.
Nobody knows. So that's actually my hometown. It's called North Bend, better known as Snoqualmie Falls or Snoqualmie Pass. We're right in between both of those. I have been a Seahawks fan since I was 12 years old. I'm not going to tell you how long that was because I'm a girl.
You're like 7.
But my time on Sundays is my family went skiing in the morning. We had a huge breakfast. We go for first runs, go skiing. And then me and my dad would come home and watch Seahawks games together. So my first Seahawks game was actually in the Kingdom way back when. And I have been going to games ever since. My favorite all-time Seahawker is Sean Alexander.
I was gonna say that.
So yeah, so I'm not a newbie. I'm old. I've watched us lose 2 Super Bowls and still cry about them today. And like there was definitely stuff getting thrown at the TV last Saturday.
Okay, well, we'll share that when we go to the game that concerns that as well, because you will be here as well. I want to give everybody some plaudits for, and again, he joined us last week as well, Raider Demon King, and I can't call him by his other name because when he's wearing his gear, he's not that other person. So Raider Demon King is with us. Raider Demon King, tell us a little bit about yourself there, sir.
Well, as my good friend Captain said, I am the Raider Demon King. I've been a Raider fan since 1987. The Raider Demon King persona came along a couple years ago. I was down in Miami. I decided to do something. I'm a big wrestling fan, and there's other demons in the SuperFan universe. Eagle Demon, which is my buddy, Tate, and then Tate Stretch Out for the Vikings. He's another one. Finn Balor, wrestler. He goes by the Demon King. Well, he used to. So I saw him dressed in that. I said, you know what? Silver and black would look good with that. So me and a friend, an old friend, we designed the headpiece. I got the mask, and this is where the persona came out. I brought it out in Nashville at the draft, and it was just a big hit. My favorite Raider of all time, it's going to shock some people because most people probably don't even remember, is Rocket Ishmael. Rocket Ishmael played for Notre Dame, and I'm a huge Notre Dame fan as well.
I was going to say that I know why.
Ishmael, yep.
Yeah, I know why.
He's from up the road from me. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania, and it was been kind of rough being a Raider fan up there, Philly and Pittsburgh, and the other idiots, whoever they liked up there. It is what it is. But he went to high school down the road for me. I wore 25 in high school because of him, and I'm a huge Notre Dame fan. I followed him, and I've been a Raider fan since, like I said, 1987, and I'll be a Raider fan till I die. I bleed silver and black. I've been through a lot of losing seasons, and I'm still screaming Raider Nation every Sunday and every day during the year.
All right. Well, we got it. We got a full house here. So again, Anthony, A-Bomb, hey.
What's going on?
Hey, you can go through all of those. You go A, E, A, I, O, A, I, ooh.
Yeah, we don't have to buy a vowel here if you're Sicilian.
There you go. None of that. All right. I tell you what. Again, you got the floor to yourself. Although we're gonna bounce things off of you because again we know enough about the opposition enough. We're gonna pepper you. Tell us why the Bills are gonna hold home court and take care of a certain team from down Baltimore.
Well, I want to tell you exactly how, because last year we faced the Baltimore Ravens in Orchard Park. I was actually at that game, and I saw Lamar Jackson firsthand. And I'm going to tell you, because I respect Lamar Jackson and I respect the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson is the fastest human being I've ever seen. So how do you stop him? Well, first off, you have to make Lamar beat you by the passing game. And what the Bills are doing is they are contending in the defensive area with the secondary as well as anybody right now. You got Tre'Davious White and Josh Norman, and obviously the safety tandem of Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde back there. Now, I think that what they're going to possibly do tomorrow a little bit of is using Matt Milano as a spy, because Lamar Jackson obviously is going to try to get outside of the pocket and try to beat the Bills with his legs. Now, here's the biggest difference from last year's team to this year. Josh Allen in the passing game is an absolute threat, and it's something that I'm sure defensive coordinators right now are having nightmares about, because if Stephon Diggs is double covered, well, guess what? You can go to John Brown. You can go to Cole Beasley. You can also go to rookie receiver Gabe Davis, who has showed he has playmaking abilities on both the sidelines and in the end zone. As a rookie this year, he was second on the Bills in touchdown receptions for touchdowns. And I think the Bills just have that many playmakers where it's going to be tough to contain them. I mean, I know Zach Moss is out. Obviously, that's big because he is the guy that takes half the load of the snaps for the running game. But you have Devin Singletary, who can still be a productive back. You've got TJ Yeldon, who knows the system well enough and will utilize his carries, I think, effectively. And possibly we're going to see Antonio Williams, who had success in the game against the Miami Dolphins. No offense, Joe. My buddy here is a Dolphins fan. But I think the Bills are getting continuity as far as the offensive game goes. And I think Dable has found ways to use his playmakers and find ways to simplify the game for the guys too. Now, what they also need to do is they need to control the time of possession. That's one thing they didn't do very well against the Indianapolis Colts. It felt like the Colts were on offense for a bigger chunk of the game. That's because they were utilizing more and more clock, and the Bills were striking fast. Now, I think that the less that Lamar Jackson is on the field, I think the better it is for the Buffalo Bills. So if you can just find a way to maybe create 1 or 2 turnovers and find ways to get the Baltimore Ravens to punt the football to you, I think that's going to be huge for the Bills to also find ways to win this game, because the Ravens are hot. The Ravens run the football well, and they've got big bodies on the interior defensive line. It's going to be tough for Buffalo, but I think that the biggest factor, too, is Josh Allen. Josh Allen on big stages and in big moments doesn't seem to shy away from pressure, and it doesn't seem like bigger defenses that are great in the passing game are successful against them. I mean, we saw it against the Dolphins, the Rams, the Niners, and also against who else am I thinking?
Patriots.
The Patriots, of course. And, I mean, Allen was just very good against great defenses. So, I mean, I think moments like this are what this team really looks for. And I also think the bigger factor, too, is now that they got that first win in 25-plus years in the playoffs, now you don't have that pressure of just getting a win. Now you can go back to just focusing on winning instead of the first playoff win in that long. So I think now things loosen up a little bit, and the Bills go back to the way that they were playing in the last 5-6 weeks of the regular season.
And the thing is that people don't realize that the Bills have faced the top 10 defense 5 times this year, and they're 5-0. They played the LA Rams, Pittsburgh Steelers, San Francisco Colts, and Chargers, and they're 5-0, averaging 29.8 points. So I know that they have a good defense, but the Bills also know how to beat a good defense.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with that. And that's the other thing, too, is I wanted to say that the Bills have played a very tough schedule, and a lot of people think that just because the Indianapolis Colts were the 7th seed in the playoffs, that means that they were one of the worst teams. That's wrong. The Colts were 11-5 and were contending for the divisional title, but the Colts are a great football team in passing, running, and defense. So, I mean, the Bills had a good challenge in front of them, and they took care of it effectively. And I think the Ravens only really bring a very, very intense running game and a very good defense. But that just doesn't seem to matter to this Bills offense this year. They find ways to beat great teams. And that's why I think that this team has what it takes to move on and get to that AFC Championship game that we are so desperately trying to get to.
Okay, wait a second now. Okay, because again, I mean, and I know Fred's got stats up the yin-yang. Okay, I know that. And so do you, Anthony. But all I hear is this. La 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 la. Buffalo's gonna win because of da 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 da.
I never said a win.
Okay, well, that's true. I'll give it to Fred. Now, I was wondering, and only because I got 2 people that are down below. One that's very ready to rock because he is the second coming of there is his real first name. And the J begins with the J, okay? So I'm thinking that Raider Demon King will take on a persona of Lamar Jackson and tell us why the Ravens are going to come up to Buffalo and beat you. And then again, Miss Cutie Hawk, who's dutifully occupied with a pooch, will also probably be able to give her stalwart words as to why the Ravens are going to surprise the Buffalo Mafia up there. And I'm waiting on you there, Jason.
Okay, Anthony, from Italian to an Italian.
Okay, fine. Paisan.
Goomba. Listen, Lamar Jackson, like you said, the fastest man in the NFL. I'd like to differ with that, but I'm going to go with it anyways. I, as Lamar Jackson, am going to run all over your defense. I'm going to run circles around you. I'm going to roll out in the pocket. I'm just going to dump off to Mark Andrews. I'm going to dump off to Hollywood Brown. Let him do his thing. And whoever else, J.K. Dobbins. If Ingram plays, that's going to be a big pickup for Baltimore. Their offensive line will hold Buffalo at bay. Now, the defense. You have Baltimore is hot right now. Marcus Peters is playing as good as anybody other than, sorry, Cutie Hawk, Jalen Ramsey. But Marcus Peters is playing well right now. He's gonna be covering Stephon Diggs. He doesn't need help. He's gonna take care of Stephon Diggs. So the only thing look at Fred over there smiling. The only thing that might hurt Baltimore is, let me think, nothing. Because they have the best kicker in the game, too, with Justin Tucker. Their special teams is one of the best in the league. And me personally, I already told Fred what I thought about the game. But the only way that Buffalo beats Baltimore is if Lamar Jackson does not play.
Wow.
Fair rebuttal. Yeah, very fair rebuttal. I mean, can I make a point back to that if you guys don't mind?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I mean, this is coming from a guy who's a Raiders fan, and no offense,
Oh!
the guy who
Right now, he's wearing purple.
Don't do it.
Right now, he's wearing purple, Anthony. Don't let me go to that name that makes you mad.
All right,
okay, Anthony. He's wearing purple right now. That silver and black is a mirage. It's awesome colors, by the way. But he's wearing purple, and he's saying that Lamar Jackson, the only way that you win is if Lamar Jackson doesn't play. So let's go with your rebuttal based upon that, not what he's wearing on screen right now.
All right, fair enough. So, I mean, you make a very fair point, dude. Lamar Jackson is arguably the most dynamic playmaker in the NFL right now. I mean, I wouldn't say that he's the best overall quarterback, but, I mean, as far as a guy that is electric and can beat you in multiple ways, yeah, of course. And I give nothing but respect to Lamar Jackson. But the thing is that the Bills last year saw a way that you can beat him, but they didn't have the team that they do this year. Here's the biggest reason I really do believe the Bills have the edge, and that is because of the play of Josh Allen this year. I mean, we literally saw a guy increase his passing yards by 1,500 yards and his total touchdowns. Josh Allen has the heart and the attitude that you simply cannot coach. You just have to be born with it. And Josh Allen has the mindset that it doesn't matter who is in front of him, he is going to find a way to win this game. And I believe that, like I said before, Stephon Diggs, yes, obviously Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters are great defensive backs. I'm not debating that at all. And I said that the Ravens have a great interior defensive line who can create pressure and clog up the middle. Yes. But when you have so many different guys to throw to, and then he can get outside of the pocket and beat you with throwing on the run, which not very many quarterbacks can do that with effectiveness, but he has been. So, I mean, I thought the Indianapolis Colts' defense was a really good test. And, I mean, Josh didn't, I mean, with the exception of that late sack that he took, which was a bonehead play, but nonetheless, it happens. I just think that Josh had nothing but rhythm, consistency, and confidence in himself. That's the biggest thing with Josh Allen that I love, because I've watched quarterback after quarterback with this team, and none of them I ever trusted on a third down play where I'm watching him scramble and then release the ball. But that's what I'm seeing from Josh this year, which from year 1 to year 2, big improvement from the guy. Needed to get the playmakers and needed a better offensive line, of course, but now he has that this year, and he has turned himself into an elite quarterback who has been in the conversation, obviously, for MVP with respect to Aaron Rodgers, obviously. But I just think that, like I said, we saw it last week against Indianapolis in the first half. It wasn't Stephon Diggs. He was held to very minimal catches. I mean, I think he had just one big catch, but it was Gabe Davis, the rookie, 4th-round draft pick out of UCF. We saw him make 2 incredible catches to get them into scoring distance, and they did so. And that's the thing. And then you're even seeing Dawson Knox, a guy which, don't get me wrong, I love his heart on the field, but when he does the one-handed Olay stuff for catches, it drives me freaking nuts. Get 2 hands on the ball. But the guy has caught red zone TDs. I think that the Bills just have pick your poison. And it's just tough for teams to contain that amount of guys, especially when you got John Brown going deep, his connection with Allen, and then Cole Beasley. The guy is just consistently good in the slot. So I think that's what Buffalo has, is they have more ways of firepower to put points up on the scoreboard that I just don't think the Ravens running game is going to 100% match. But it's going to be tough for Buffalo, and they will have their hands full. You brought up very good points about the running backs. And
Baltimore is hot right now. They're hot.
Well, here's the thing, though. You got to look at Baltimore. What Baltimore does a lot is they play man and they blitz, but they only get to the quarterback about 34% of the time when they blitz. And Josh Allen against a man coverage with a blitz has 26 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and it's the highest rating right now in the NFL. And you also have to look at the fact that the Bills have a stout offensive line that they're not getting the credit for that they should be. And another thing is Josh Allen's smart. He's very smart. He's going to take what the defense gives him, and he's going to do what he has to do. I mean, this is probably going to be a tough game. I'm not going to say who's going to win. I'm just saying that you got to give Josh some credit too. He's ranked number 2 right now in all the NFL ratings right now. It's Kansas City and then the Bills. There's a reason why they're the number 2 seed and they're ranked number 2 in the NFL. Not just because Baltimore's hot and they just went and beat a weak Titans defense. Now you're coming to Buffalo. You're going to play in the elements, and you got a Josh Allen who's playing MVP caliber football.
Let's go to Baltimore too.
I agree with that. Now, the young lady has been patiently, because it's like all you guys are just puffing, like doing all this stuff.
I mean, I can't really argue with Anthony on this. When I did my breakdown of the game this week, for What the Buzz, I went with the Buffalo Bills. I think Josh Allen is an incredible quarterback. He has turned into a completely different quarterback than he has the last 2 seasons. He's smart. He is really good on third down. You can put the pressure on him, and he works. He works under pressure. He's making plays happen. And can Lamar Jackson beat him? Yeah, he could. It could happen, but I think the Bills have more weapons underneath them, and I think if they have to control the clock, they do have to control the clock, and that could be the big game changer there. If they can't control the clock, then I think the Ravens win.
All right, talk about Peters, right? You talk about their corners. I don't think anybody has better corners in the NFL than the Miami Dolphins. They have the highest paid corners, and Josh Allen picked them apart 28 points just in the first half alone. With
so did Derek Carr.
I didn't even think about that point, but that's very, very true, because Josh Allen did pick apart the Miami Dolphins corners.
And they were the number 1 ranked defense too. So, I mean, it's going to come down who executes. And if you look at the Bills team last week, I think that was nerves. I think that everybody, even that you look at Sean McDermott at the end of the game where he's got both hands up pointing to the sky, because this was a huge game for the Bills. It was a huge game for the players. It was the first game this year that we had Bills Mafia in the stands, even though it was only 6,772 fans. So these players came out and played differently. I looked at that team and I said, this is not the same team. They look like they were overthinking. They look like they were trying not to make mistakes. I think you're going to see a different Bills football team because now the monkey's off their back.
All right, I'm moderating. Okay, Fred, you got any other major stats to give?
The Bills are 11-3 all-time history at home in the playoffs.
Okay, Raider Demon King, anything summation? Who do you got and why?
Truth. I already told Fred what I thought about it. Even though you got me talking about the dirty Ravens, I have Buffalo winning the game. The reason why is because I do believe in Josh Allen. I watched Josh Allen all throughout college. I thought the Raiders were going to draft him. I think, but like both these guys said, I can't even argue with it. I was just bantering, just being funny. I think Buffalo's defense is going to shut up Lamar Jackson. Honestly, I do. I don't think Lamar Jackson is really that good. He's fast. He's Michael Vick. That's it. He's Robert Griffin III. That's it. One good hit, his career is over. He's super fast. He's a wide receiver that can throw the ball a little bit. That's it. I never, ever was a fan of Lamar Jackson. I never will be. I never liked him in college. I don't like him now. I think Buffalo is going to beat Baltimore pretty good. I think it's going to be 35-21. I think Josh Allen's going to have a day. I think Buffalo's defense is going to get a couple turnovers. They're going to rattle Lamar Jackson all day long. They're going to try to run the ball, and that's going to get shut down. So then what are they going to do? They're going to put him in the shotgun, try to run the RPO with him. He's going to run around a little bit, get scared, and just throw the ball up. Now, I'm not what's his name? That corner that you guys have, the clown. What's his name?
Josh Norman
on Pittsburgh, or I'm Bills.
Yeah, the clown.
The clown, Levi.
Yeah,
Josh Norman.
Carolina. He went to Washington.
Yeah,
Josh Norman. Yeah,
Josh Norman. Him. He's on everybody's highlight reel. But
we activated Dane Jackson today too, so you'll see him out.
Okay. Yeah. But I think Buffalo's going to beat them up. And like you said, up in that stadium with that cold. I know it's cold in Baltimore, but it's a different cold in Buffalo, New York. I know that. I lived in Northeast Pennsylvania, man, where it snows all the time, 6 months out of the year. It sucks. You guys know about it up in Buffalo. But I think, like I said, 35-21 Buffalo.
All right. So we've heard from Fred. We've heard from Demon King. Cutie, any last words, or you're calling a Buffalo win?
I'm calling a Buffalo win.
Okay. Anthony, hey.
What's going on there?
All right. Okay, because I'm Jewish. I use my hands too. Hey. Okay.
Same building, just different levels.
There you go. I appreciate you being on here. It's been enjoyable. Thank you for sharing your portions of the show with us. And again, be ready to come on next week, one or the other. Although that there are some other Bills fans that are ready to take that from you, but you know the routine now. Be ready to be on screen just in case other folks aren't in there. We know you got you know your stuff. Again, I'm not swearing. You know where you can go when you need to swear and come on my show.
Sounds good. I really appreciate it.
Anthony, you're a very knowledgeable fan. I actually enjoyed listening to you talk, man. That's all.
Appreciate that.
You're really good fan, man.
Very passionate, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and Anthony, before you take off, be sure to add me as a friend, and you can join my group. I have a group of 11,000 fans, Buffalo Bills Pride, and you can share your content in there.
Yes, sir. Sounds great. Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it, and go Bills.
Outstanding,
All right.
buddy. Good luck.
That was the A-bomb, baby. Anthony, and I know Bomascuto, or did I? How close was it?
Bamasuto, yep, Bamasuto.
Bomasuto, I put an extra C in there because I saw a C. Bomasuto, baby, molto bene, grazie,
Grazie very much. Thank you very much.
All right, hey, thanks
Have a
again.
good night, buddy. Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Good luck tomorrow.
Go Bills.
All right, that was my boy Anthony.
Nice.
Don't ever call him that T word. Okay, don't call him a T.
Listen, there's only one T, and that's Tony Soprano.
That's right. It's Anthony, and I said that correctly, by the way. I've had a bunch of Italian friends.
I got a lot of cousins that are Anthony, Dominic, Paulie, little Paulie.
Yeah, there you go.
I do as well.
Not a girl.
Okay.
I'm Irish.
This will die.
That's all right, Fred. I have an Irish name, but I have Italian blood. It's unbelievable.
Now, what we got here is we're going to go on to the next game, and unfortunately, and I won't say. Hopefully, I will be able to have our guest back next week because we were late and we had a bunch of different things going on. He had other things to do, so we are going to be talking about the game in the frozen tundra with all of us right here. Okay. We got the Packers in the first game on Saturday taking on the Rams team. And I know that Miss Crystal can talk a little bit about that Rams team because unfortunately I know. Look at that face right there. That says it all. And I will say this, the Rams came in and really surprised me how well they played against the Seahawks. So we'll go with you, Cutie Hawk. You saw the Rams personally. What can we expect from them going into the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in my best John Facenda voice.
Just like him.
Not bad.
Well, Goff is still working with one thumb.
Okay.
But I that didn't stop him. However, I don't think he's ever seen snow. He was basically saying that like he's never played in the snow, and he's basically never even seen snow.
Yeah, he's a California kid. He's seen snow.
Right. So, yeah. He's gonna be frozen cold with a broke thumb.
With a broken thumb, and I
with
tell you
a broken thumb that has 5 pens in it.
And the metal on you put metal in cold in a body part, and it's going to suck. It's
going to suck, and they don't have another option. I mean, they don't have another option.
Yeah, they do. Blake Bortles.
Can't say that with a straight face. Okay. so
again, they don't have another option.
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't think that we saw the best of the best of the best of the Rams on Saturday. I think we saw the worst of the worst of the worst, the worst of the Seahawks. I don't know what team showed up, but we had no drive. We had no ambition. The only way we ever can beat the Rams is if we go in and we decide how that game's going to be played. The minute we let the Rams determine what that tone is going to be, we lose to them every single time. Unless we go in and take control and set the tone, we screw ourselves. I think Russell Wilson was way off his game. We had that chance to come back and then got hit with that penalty because they couldn't figure out what the heck they were going to do. And, and there we were. I think it was we were at 4th and 1 when it happened at the very end of the game in like the last 3 minutes. But, they couldn't get themselves on the same page. We were only down by 10 points. Russell Wilson has come back with miracle plays with 30 seconds left when we've been down by 10 points and we've come back and won. But they couldn't get whatever was going on internally was affecting how they were playing. And now that we've let go of our offensive line coach, I think that was really the key. They're not. The whole team is not on the same page. We have to regroup. All of our weapons were there, and they're not playing together. And I think it sucked because I think if what the fans had talked about, if we were able to move that game down to Arizona and have fans in the stadium, I think that would have made a difference. But I mean, the Packers are going to kill them.
Okay.
The Packers are going to beat the Rams up more than they're already beaten up, and they're pretty beaten up. So, I mean, is it a great storyline? But it's not going to happen.
Okay. Well, Raider Demon King.
I'll stop bitching about my Seattle Seahawks now.
It's okay. It's okay. I bitch every day about the Raiders. Every day. Not just football season.
Oh, hats got thrown, sweatshirts got thrown, socks got thrown, beer cans got thrown. Like, I'm surprised I didn't break my TV because
I could be talked to till like Wednesday.
No.
It's terrible.
No, it was terrible. It was a terrible loss.
Jason, we know a little bit about the Packers. I know I got a lot of good Packer friends, but go ahead because I know Fred's got stats up the yin yang, so he's going to throw them. Intersperse them. Fred, disperse, but now we're going to do a volley. What we already heard from Crystal. Give us some stats. I'm going to throw it to Jason. You're going to do some more stats, and I'm going to do some more. So don't throw them all out there.
Well, I mean, you got the Green Bay's number 1 scoring offense going against the number 1 scoring defense. So that's what you got going on here right now. You got a defense that's on fire against an offense. So something's got to break.
What's scary about this matchup for Green Bay is exactly what Fred said, the number 1 scoring defense. Now, I know Aaron Rodgers is probably the top. He'll probably win MVP this year. It's either going to be him or Josh Allen. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. They might give it to him just because, But with Jalen Ramsey, like I mentioned before, Jalen Ramsey is the #1 shutdown corner in the NFL. You don't really hear that word shutdown corner anymore. There's not many out there. There's nobody. Who was the last one? Maybe Revis?
Sherman?
Sherman.
Yeah, before he went, now that he's healthy. Oh, and by the way, he's going to be in the silver and black next year, FYI, just saying.
Revis was overrated.
But, yeah, Jalen Ramsey is going to he's going to be all over Devontae Adams. And Aaron Jones is going to have a game. They're going to have to give him the ball constantly. And I know that from what I hear is Gerald Veld here, who was a Raider, he's going to be the first player in the history of the NFL to ever play in 2 playoff games in the same season.
For different teams.
And 2 different teams. He played for the Colts.
Yeah.
And then they released him after he got hurt. Now he's going to be with Green Bay. And still, you got Aaron Donald coming through that middle. It's going to be
okay.
What?
Aaron Donald I know that he's going to play because this time of year you suck it up because you only got a couple different games to play. Okay, you leave it all on the field each game, but a healthy Aaron Donald would make a difference in this game. A healthy Aaron Donald.
All right, let me tell you something about Aaron Donald. Him at 90% is better than half the defensive linemen in the NFL.
But I don't think he's going to be up to 90% of what his worth is.
Oh, man, he's a different animal.
I get that, but I still think that he's going to be so. I mean, if I'm not now, the injury is ribs, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
2 broken ribs, right?
Bingo. And how many games did it that a certain quarterback that plays for Nollins?
Stop right there. You're talking about
he had 9
quarterback.
He had 9.
Okay, but the point is that I know that you don't have to throw with those ribs, but you got as an offensive lineman, and I'm going to use, and they say offensive linemen are pussies in comparison to defensive linemen. Screw you. Offensive linemen I got to be much more intelligent than defensive linemen, and they're nastier as well. You got people like Wisniewski and Conrad Dober and a bunch of other people. They're nasty people. You got offensive linemen that are going to be doing nothing but looking to take shots at Aaron Donald's ribs, and he's going to be playing as best as he can, but I don't think he's going to be making as much of an impact.
I don't know.
That he could be.
I don't know, Captain. They have the shot.
It's a pain tolerance. Yeah, it's a pain tolerance. Basically, he's going to play with how much pain that he can handle. And knowing that this is the playoffs and it's going to be a cold night, I don't think it's going to affect him at all, to be honest with you. He'll probably
he's so fired up and so hyped up. He's not going to feel it. And you're right, Captain. They're going to be going all day at those ribs. But like I said, he's going to get 1 or 2 shots before the game. He's going to be completely numb. He's not going to feel that until after the game or a few days later even, but which I don't see the Rams winning anyways. But if they were to somehow pull this off, this miracle, then they could be in trouble with the next game. But I don't see them beating Green Bay. I think Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a day.
Well, it's going to be ball control, and that's what the Rams are going to do. They're going to come out and try to control the game, control the clock, and keep Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. And they actually have the horses to run the ball and run the clock. And the last time these 2 teams played each other was 27-29 the Rams, and that was October 28th of 2018. So this game is not going to be. I don't think that it's going to be a rollover by the Packers. I think it's going to be a close game. I think this is your two teams that rise to the top in this NFC, because you look at the AFC. The AFC's obviously they're stacked. You look at the teams, you look at the records, and then you look at the NFC. There's only a couple teams that that you could say could go to the Super Bowl, and rightfully so. You can't count the Rams out. I think Goff is going to play. And he does have some weapons, but it's going to come down to the running game. Both these teams probably won't throw as much. They're probably going to be running the ball, to be honest with you.
I know that there's snow on the ground there, but is it going to snow for the game?
I don't think golf is going
There
to
is
do
no
much.
snow in the forecast. It's just going to be about 20
There's no snow in the
23
forecast.
degrees. There's no snow in the forecast for down there. I'm sorry, Wisconsin.
I heard afternoon precipitation at 50%.
Mm-hmm.
Afternoon with the temperature at about 34.
Yeah, so it could be seasonally warm up there. To be honest with you,
Well,
That is warm. That is
For them,
warm for
the Rams coming in, it's going to be like they have no, like you said about that thumb. I don't know, man. Those snaps.
I mean, I hope
coming in.
Rams are like practicing on some hockey.
and then you also got to remember it's going to be an afternoon game, so it's not going to get those temperatures aren't going to dip as low because if it was a night game, I would have to say that the ball's going to get a little bit harder. It's going to be a little bit harder to grip, and he does have pins in that thumb, so again, it's going to be a pain tolerance.
He's been wearing the glove.
Yeah, so that's going to help him grip the football, but still. We know that when you do have a glove and try to throw a football, you get a different spin out of it. So that's going to affect his throws as well. I don't think you're going to see a lot of throws out of him. I'm looking maybe 10, 15-yard throws, little dink and dunk, but they're really going to focus on
exactly what he did against Seattle last week. It was short little flow throws. They controlled the clock way too much, and that's how they beat us. That's how they got so far ahead so quickly. It was just like that because he couldn't throw far. So it was short, but that's how they controlled the clock.
Okay, bottom line, since I got to moderate, and again, Fred, any more stats, Fred, real quick? No, okay. Cutie Hawk, who do you see, and by how much?
Can't they just both lose?
Let's call it a tie.
We just call it a tie and call it a day.
I'd rather see them guys or that other team that's down there in Florida.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packers,
Okay.
and just hope that maybe all of them get COVID and nobody can play.
All right, Demon King.
Green Bay 28-17.
Okay,
Fred.
I think it's going to be closer than that. I could probably see something like 24-21, the Rams.
Really?
I'm going to pick like 5 field goals.
So Fred's picking the Rams?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, Fred. Wow.
You also got to remember the last quarterback that had a bye that went on to the Super Bowl was Drew Brees. No quarterback that's had a bye has gone on to win the Super Bowl since 2000.
We're talking about winning the Super Bowl.
Just saying, moving on.
Okay. In fact, Billy Sports Fan was a pack, but I wouldn't admit to that.
You must have been drunk all the time then.
Billy Flores, the Bears have Billy Flores also has the Rams 28-24. Okay. I actually think it's going to be a close game as well. I know that things point to like a Green Bay easing in. I think that Aaron Donald is going to play up to a great capability, but I tell you what, he's not going to be up to the standards of what we're looking for. I think Goff, again, being a California kid, is going to hurt.
This guy posted 42-17 Green Bay.
Well,
no.
Yeah, Danny, I think is smoking something. I think it's going to be a close game. I agree with Fred. Something like a 3 to 4 point skin, like maybe 28-24, 24-21. I think it because of the field and the cold and through all of those things together. I think it's going to be a 3 or 4 point game. I don't know who's going to win, but I think it's going to be a 3 to 4 point game, and I think it's going to be a very entertaining game.
Aaron Jones, 3 touchdowns.
Okay. Now, because we got you all on here, we're going to move on to the next game. And I know that they've been patiently. And by the way, folks, you can't bitch at me for being a talkie horse tonight. It's not just me. Okay. It hasn't been me talking my ass off. I don't care. Okay, I want to. In fact, they're right next to each other. I'm going to move them because again, they can't be next to each other.
Why you got next to the Chief?
They got, well, you're going to be in the middle. I'll tell you what. Okay, go bitch, moan, and groan. Jesus freaking Christ. There you go. Are you happy now?
See,
Never
now
been.
you're all next to me. You all
Okay.
stop complaining.
Okay, again, because remember, I always look better when I have a good-looking lady next to me, but because Demon King is so pissy about being next to a chief, okay, I lose my good-looking lady. So we do have on board, and again, I thank them for being here. Somebody else came in. Oh, right. Well, at least we know we got one fan for the next game, and I appreciate that as well, and he's ready to go. Without further ado, I want to welcome aboard KC Warrior and my boy. Love talking to him every week. Buck Dog Walters. KC Warrior, it's been a while for you. Tell us a little bit about yourself again, there, shipmate.
Well, thanks. Thanks for having me here, Captain Jack. Well, first of all, I became a Chiefs fan in the year 1993. It was the year Joe Montana first came to Kansas City after he did his thing, winning all those Super Bowls with the 49ers, and it wasn't just because of Montana that I became a Chiefs fan. It was also because of my grandfather. He was a diehard Chiefs fan ever since Lamar Hunt brought the team to Kansas City from Dallas back in the early '60s. And my grandfather didn't have to preach twice about not only to me but to his grandkids and how to be a Chiefs fan, which is just two simple things. One, be loud, and two, always hate the Raiders. But yeah, I've pretty much been a fan ever since. And how I got the Warrior attire, well, as the Raider Demon King, I'm a big wrestling fan, and so like I think it was like about somewhere around 2017, which was also the year that my grandfather had passed away, and he was never able to see another Chiefs Super Bowl win. It was earlier. It was that year that me and a good friend of mine named Jamie Killam, who we go way back from high school. And by the way, Jamie, I hope you're watching this. Love you, Stinger. But anyways, we were looking at some ideas of like how to become super fans, and we decided to like add some little bit of some professional wrestling to it. Since, as I said, both of us were big wrestling fans. And so one day I was looking at some wrestlers that did some face paint and all. I looked at some from like the Legion of Doom and the Demolition and all. And then I came back and then I came across this I came across a picture of the Ultimate Warrior and also one video of the Ultimate Warrior, which was one of his WrestleMania 6 promos. He basically just painted his face in Chiefs red, which is red, gold, and black. And when I saw that, I was just transfixed by it. And then I decided, that's what I'm gonna be as. And so later that year, I debuted. I think it was the last Chiefs game of the year 2017, which was against the Raiders. So I debuted the face paint, and it was obviously a big hit. I had a lot of people say that they dig the face paints and my enthusiasm, and the KC Warrior was born.
All right. Well, we appreciate you having you on again, Zach. I know you have been with us before, and it was a happy game when you were on before. You were playing the Broncos, but if you remember that game, and we were telling you about that game, the Broncos were in that game for quite a while, and it was not a game that was an easy win for Kansas City. And there's been many games that Kansas City has squeaked by. Not that I'm trying to jinx you, but we'll get to that. We'll get to all of the play-by-play in a bit as well. I would like to throw it over now to my favorite person from up in Ohio that's not a Raider fan. I got to quantify that there, Buck, because there are some Raider fans up in Ohio that are really good friends of mine. Buck Dog Walters, thank you, sir. Tell us a little bit about yourself and all that you do, sir.
Roll Tide.
Well, I went to my first Browns game in 1980. I've had season tickets for 35 years. I live 150 miles from the stadium. I totaled my car going to a Bengals game a couple years ago when the Browns had one win. I support my team, win, lose, draw, weather, it doesn't matter. I'm like the postman. I'm going to support my team. And I also have been going to Buckeye games since the 70s. Yes, we didn't show up Monday night, injuries, and Trey Sermon going down, but nobody was going to beat Alabama that night. They're that good. They would probably play 500 football in the NFL.
I agree there. And again, I didn't even bring it, and I didn't get a chance to mute Fred quick enough, Buck, right? You wouldn't have to have heard that scandalous thing. In fact, wait a second. Hang on. There. Fred's muted. Fred's muted, Buck. You can talk all about it, and he can't say anything because I got him on mute. So he can just go la 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 la, and nobody's going to listen to him.
Well, you do know that Nick Saban went to Kent State University in Ohio. He was an assistant coach at Ohio State. He was assistant coach in Cleveland. Everything he learned was in the Buckeye State.
There you go. And again, you see, and he can't talk. I love being the moderator, so I can do what I say. And, Fred, oh no, he unmuted himself, so he's good to go. Thanks again, Buck. Now I appreciate all that, and it's going to be a hellacious game. And I tell you, it was. And Buck and I were talking before the game. I poo-pooed the chances of Cleveland going up into Western Pennsylvania. But I tell you what, they had a lot of good things happen to them, and they jumped on the Stillers, and things went well for them. So again, Buck, maybe if I poo-poo it again, good things will happen to you on the game this weekend. So I'm going to leave it at that. Because Kansas City is home, Buck, I'm giving you first shrift. Why do we anticipate a Browns win for the second straight week against a team that is highly favored? What do we got with the Browns this week, and why are we going to be happy with a Browns win?
Well, the same thing that happened last week. Tyreek Hill started yapping his mouth. Sammy Watkins started yapping. They started dissing us. We're 10 points underdogs. We ain't got a chance in the world. But let me tell you why we do have a chance.
Who is that?
Since week 12, let's look at the numbers of the quarterbacks. 63% for Baker, 64% for Patrick. 7.7 for Baker in yards per completion, 8 for Patrick. 14 touchdowns, 1 interception for Baker Mayfield. Patrick Mahomes, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. The last 8 games, the Chiefs have been in one-score games. 17-14 against Atlanta. They're struggling. They took the last week off. They had a bye. This team hasn't played in 3 weeks. We've got the number 1 rated offensive line, passing and running. Guess what? The Chiefs are 31st in the league in run defense. Chubb and Hunt are licking their chops. Take on top of that, Mitchell Schwartz is out. Their left guard is out. Their top linebacker, Gay, is out. Sammy Watkins probably isn't playing. Edwards-Helaire. coming back off an ankle. And if you remember back to 2016, Baker Mayfield outdueled Patrick Mahomes in a game where 129 points were scored. Both quarterbacks had 7 touchdowns. Mahomes had 734 yards through the air. Baker had 544, 545. The Browns won. We're not intimidated. Chubb is fired up. Hunt is fade off. Our coach is out of the basement coaching this week. I love our chances. Kelsey worries me. Myles Garrett has to have a big game. We have to get to him with the 4-man rush. If we have to blitz, we're probably going to be in trouble.
Okay, and I agree, and I said that, and we're trying to get KC back, and since Demon King decided that and on out, I got the beautiful lady next to me again, so he can't bitch about being next to a KC person because he's off screen. So I like having the controls that I have right here.
I went to get a glass of wine. Settle down.
Oh, well, good. Get a glass of wine there, Jason. Come on, whenever you want.
Please, Jason. Thanks for the offer.
Yeah. So yeah. You don't share with anybody. I got my.
I'm Italian. We don't give our wine.
I got my iced tea.
I'm Italian. I give out my wine all the time.
When we meet in person, Cutie Hawk, I will give you wine. I promise.
Fair enough.
I mean, you look at this Kansas City team, though. I mean, they did have a week off, and they've been squeaking by that Miami game. They squeaked by that one. Andy Reid is 7-0 career as a head coach against the Browns right now. The last time they played each other, Kansas City got the best of them. It was 37-21. That was November 4th, 2018. But I look at this Kansas City team, and I think that their defense is probably the weakest thing that they have out there.
Yeah.
Their linebackers are very susceptible to the run. And if the Cleveland Browns can get the running game going, I think this is definitely going to be a game.
And here's some numbers for you. 40-point games, 4 for the Cleveland Browns, 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs. And by the way, those 4, 3 of them were in Pittsburgh, Tennessee, and Baltimore. 3 touchdown quarters. Cleveland Browns had 5 of them this year. Kansas City Chiefs, 1. 50-yard plays. Cleveland Browns 4, Kansas City 2. So all you hear about is how explosive the Chiefs are. I think they're living off of last year. We're primed and primed for an upset.
Well, I mean, you think about the last team to actually go back-to-back in the Super Bowl was the New England Patriots. We haven't had anybody go back-to-back since that. What happens is you spend all that energy and planning to get the win the Super Bowl, and then you're not motivated following year. And the fact is the Chiefs are not really playing good football, and now they take a week off. That week is going to seem like an eternity. Now you're going to get back out on that field, and you got a hot Cleveland Browns team that's coming in there ready to punch anybody in the mouth that's in front of them. Whether it's in Cleveland or if it's Kansas City, this is definitely going to be a dogfight, literally.
They're riding – Cleveland's riding high after that last game. They're riding high. They're beating their rival. They go into Pittsburgh, like Captain said, opening play, fumble, touch.
I could not believe that.
When was the last time you seen the Cleveland Browns make Ben Roethlisberger cry?
Right.
Most points ever in a quarter in postseason.
Yeah.
And the reason why – hey, Fred, you know what Ben was crying, right?
What's that? But you need to take it again because that
was crying because he's losing Pouncey. Ben was crying because he's losing Pouncey. Pouncey's retiring after this.
Well, Ben's probably not too far behind, but we're not going to talk about those guys. But he's not too far behind. He should hang him up too. I'm sorry to say it, but this Browns team, they haven't been in the playoffs since 2002. They come out and they get a huge win on Super Wildcard Weekend. This is motivation right here. This is what pushes a team when they get that first playoff win. There's nothing that's going to stop these teams. This is when it's a different season. Okay, the regular season is all fine and dandy, but you're working up. You're building your team. You're putting your players in the position to get ready for that dogfight in the playoffs. The Cleveland Browns came out and made a statement against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hope the Kansas City Chiefs are on notice because This team is not the old Cleveland Browns. This is the new Cleveland Browns.
And we're healthy. We got Denzel Ward back. We got Kevin Johnson back. We got Batonio back. And hats off to the next man up, the Browns philosophy. That one guard hadn't even met Baker Mayfield till in the locker room to made 14 plays. How many sacks did the vaunted Pittsburgh Steelers have last week? 0.
Since nobody is talking about Kansas City, since me and Captain know them the best, I will talk about them a little bit. Captain, mute all of our Raider friends because I don't want them to hear what I'm going to say.
No, they're gonna hear you, brother, and go ahead.
All right. Well, as y'all know, Patrick Mahomes is still in Kansas City, and they do have a great offense. Here's the thing about the Chiefs. They don't get stopped. Their defense is subpar. They're going to give up points. But the thing with Kansas City is they don't just kick field goals. They score touchdowns constantly and at a lot that they do. I know Sammy Watkins talking smack. He's not even playing. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's a little bit questionable with the ribs and that. I don't know if he's going to be playing, but remember, Le'Veon Bell is there. We haven't really heard too much about him. This might be a little coming out party for him, possibly, if he gets to play the whole game by himself. Of course, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Travis Kelce is the second best tight end in the NFL. He is, behind Darren Waller. And Tyreek Hill is one of the best receivers there. With his speed and his hands, he's bound to get behind the defense once or twice in this game. Now, Cleveland, I am a fan of Cleveland this weekend. I am. I'm not really a big fan of Baker Mayfield. I never liked him in college. I don't like him in the pros. But there are guys on the Cleveland team that I do like. I am a fan of Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett is a fantastic football player and an even better man. Denzel Ward, he ate up my Notre Dame team for a couple years, so I just got to say that, Buck. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a dogfight. I don't think it's going to come down to the last possession because if Kansas City has the last possession, they're going to score. They're going to win. They've been doing that all year. They have one loss, and who was that loss to? We controlled the clock, which one thing Cleveland can do is control the clock with their running game. Kareem Hunt, I can't even believe I said his name, and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is probably top 3 running backs in the league, if not 2. But him and Kareem Hunt are going to have a real big day. I think it's going to come down to Kansas City's going to have the ball last. And me personally, I think it's going to be 27-24 Kansas City.
I think Kareem Hunt's going to have a home. He's going back home, so he's going to have a game. He's going to. I'm telling you, he's probably going to take this. And if I'm the Cleveland Browns, I'd feed the kid the ball all day, just because he's going to be motivated. They released him, and then he wasn't charged with anything, and then he was picked up by the Browns, and they sat on him. But I think it's going to be a coming out party. And I mean, you look at this Kansas City team; they are vulnerable, though. Their defense isn't the greatest. They're really not. And you look at Patrick Mahomes, he's only got 2 guys that he throws the ball to. You got Hill and you got Kelce. So if you can shut them guys down, and then you talk about Bell. Bell had success with the Pittsburgh Steelers in the zone blocking scheme that they had. Kansas City doesn't have that. The Jets didn't have it. That's why he's struggling. He is a guy that follows blockers. If he doesn't have a blocker in front of him, he gets shut down. So Bell could be coming to the end of his career because he's not in that zone blocking scheme.
And another thing about Kareem Hunt, too, is when Kansas City released him, but they kept Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So, I think those two might end up with 150 yards apiece. You know?
Well, they had 200 yards and 3 touchdowns against that vaunted Steeler defense. Kareem Hunt is amazing. He plays with so passion. He plays so hard, and he's unselfish. Him and Chubb, they really do like each other. And if you ever seen them on the field together, Hunt blocks for him. And I'm just so glad he's on our team. He's a Cleveland native. He's hungry.
I mean, I know that no charge has been brought about him, but as captain knows, I'm against anything that has to do with domestics at all. And to see the video, you know, he was a Chief, and it made me sick to my stomach. And when he got picked up by Cleveland,
I wanted to say apologies, folks. I was taking care of some administrative business. I see that we did have Warrior come back on. Warrior, I know that you had some issues coming back in. So have you been able to catch all of the conversations? Because I want to make sure that you get your due shrift in here as to, and there's been a lot of good points about how Cleveland has been overlooked, that Cleveland is going to go in there twice and get a good Kansas City team that hasn't always played up to potential and again, I've been listening while this has been going on. So I want to hear from your mouth there, KC Warrior. Why are we all overlooking the fact that Kansas City is the Super Bowl champs, although they haven't played in a lot of games like that they were as hungry as they were last year? You please tell me and tell Buckdog why we don't have to worry about Kansas City tomorrow or Sunday.
Well, you are about one thing. The last several weeks that we've been playing, it's always been nothing but like close games. The last game we played before at our starters, it was like about a 3-point game, and then the week prior to that was I think it was like a 6-point game or somewhere. But I will say this: Cleveland's got a good team. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I followed. In fact, I followed this team pretty much for a long time back into the league, and I've seen how all the futility that they've had to deal with. I know that the Browns are pretty much are hungry for more, and I've seen like how enthusiastic this team is pretty much ready for the challenge and everything. But I think to be honest with you, I don't think the Browns are pretty much like ready for what's like in store for them this Sunday, because I mean, despite us winning like some of these close games the last several weeks, and the fact that like most of our starters have played for 3 weeks, including the bye, this team is pretty much ready for anything. We still got Patrick Mahomes, obviously the best quarterback in the National Football League. We've got Tyreek Hill. We've got Travis Kelce. We've got I mean, besides the fact that Sammy Watkins won't be playing in this game, I mean, we still got plenty of weapons to become just as dominant as we've been. And yes, as I mentioned, we played like some close games, but I really, in respect, I really believe that us playing in the close games, I think it'll pretty much help us out in the long run in our quest to run it back to get to the Super Bowl. And yes, our defense has been really sketchy during that. I know that we won't have Rudy Gay Jr. In this game, and but I know that our defense.
It's a big loss.
I mean, our defense is gonna. I mean, I know Tyrann Mathieu is gonna get everybody ready. I know Frank Clark and Chris Jones and the rest of the guys in the defensive line, they're gonna be ready. So we're just gonna like just treat this like any other game that we've played all season. So I believe the Warrior, my 53 Warriors out at Arrowhead. We're going to be ready for the dog pound to try to invade Arrowhead.
Okay, bottom line there, Warrior. You're calling. Obviously, both you guys are calling for a win. By how much, in your estimation, is Kansas City gonna win at home?
Well, I would predict. I'm really bad at like making predictions and stuff, but I would say I would say Chiefs 35, Browns 24.
And again,
Browns. I know the Browns are
spread. So you think that you guys are about 9 to 10 points over what you think. You think you're going to win by about 9 to 10 points. And again, you don't have to give numbers other than that. By a touchdown and a field goal. Okay. Yes. Buck, you're
for the Browns, it's simple.
Yeah.
Create turnovers, win the turnover margin. Myles Garrett has to apply pressure. The front four has to come up big. Hunt and Chubb need to perform. Baker can't turn the ball over. And if all those pieces fall into place, I'm saying we got a chance. Browns 38, Chiefs 31.
Okay, by 6. Okay. Or 7. Yeah. So math. 38, 31. Okay. And I appreciate that. Fred, you got any more stats?
What I'm going to say is, I mean, you look at the Browns team. I mean, they're ranked 3rd in rushing. They're averaging about 148 yards a game. What they're going to do is they're going to look to see where Jones is. They're going to run away from him, and they're going to identify what a honey badger is. Once they see him playing off and he's in that cover too, they're going to take off. They're going to run right to his side because he's going to be playing off 10 yards. That's where they're going to be picking up chunk yards on the ground. They're going to come out. They're going to establish the run, keep Mahomes off that field. I would say right now, Kansas City's not covering that spread.
Okay, Fred, would you say again? I'll wait to get you last. Demon King, who do you like and by how many?
24-21 Raiders.
I like that as well, but in this game,
happened?
All right, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. As much as it pains me to say this, 28-24, that team that's from Kansas.
Okay.
That's great. Who's the chefs?
Yeah, Cutie. Who you got and by how much, hon?
I'm going with the Browns. I'm going with the Browns only because I want to have a child after this weekend. So, and he was spot on last week. He was spot on. So I'm going with the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to say they're going to win by 12 points, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, okay. Now I'm understanding why. Because I'm remembering from last week. I'm like, you want to have a kid by this weekend? It's like, hey,
I was like,
yeah, I can make a trip up to Oldsmar. I mean, that's only about half an hour away.
Hi, are you coming up on Sunday to watch the game with all of us?
Who?
We're all watch. A bunch of us are getting together for the Bucks tailgate thing.
Okay. Yeah.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
See, if it was you having a party, I would consider it. Although
hang on with that, cheer for that filthy number 12.
Yeah, because I will actually be doing the game on. I will be doing the Kansas City game on Colorcast, and I will be doing and I will be kind enough to say the Bucks game on Colorcast. So so I'm not going to have anything to do with any big tailgate things.
No, all right, fair enough.
Okay.
Well, then you're just gonna have to come up for the Super Bowl party then.
Okay. Well, that I'll consider. Again, I want to say thank you to both of them. But before we go, again, Buck, maybe if I'm and I like the more that I listen, I like your chances a lot better But I don't know whether that's bad for you, because if I don't like the chances, then your team wins. So what do you want me to do here, Buck? Do you want me to say you're going to get run out of the park so that the Browns will win, or what? I'm letting you. I'm asking you.
Well, last week it was very obvious that you didn't think the Browns had a chance. I like that approach from you to dish us like Tyrick and everybody else did, get our juices flowing. So don't jump on our bandwagon now.
Oh no! I won't be jumping on. Pure analysis. Okay, not your analysis.
On anybody's bandwagon. Everybody, calm down.
Yeah, no, there is no. It's silver and black through and through always. Just like Zach was saying, hate the Raiders, hate the Chiefs. So that's not happening. Okay, so again, Buck, for you, brother, I think the Browns have no chance in Kansas City. So having said that, I appreciate everybody being here. But before we go, because I want to see this shot, and I know I got my Saint fan ready to come on board. I want this to be stone right now, because are you ready to go, Euland? Okay, this is something I gotta show you guys. Okay, there you go. I had to do a shot. I had to do a shot with you guys with the belts right next to each other.
That's badass. That's sweet.
So there you go.
Let's see this. One thing I can truly say about KC Warrior and Demon King, we have something in common. We all are wrestlers, and we grew up watching wrestlers. Warrior, may he rest in peace. But I got my inspiration because I was always a wrestler. I'm an old guy, so I grew up with the Iron Sheik and Junkyard Dog and all of those guys. Ricky Steamboat.
Jake the Snake.
You better believe it.
Absolutely.
Jimmy
You young guys.
The Heart Foundation.
But see, the Saints never had a championship. So for all those years, I was dressed up as a wrestler without a belt. So soon as the Saints won our first championship, I go, let me do something different. When I saw a picture of that Super Bowl ring, I said, that's my belt. So actually, I had someone help me out. I drew it up, and he made a replica of the Super Bowl ring. And I wear this ever since 2010. A lot of people tell me stop wearing it, but I had Drew Brees to sign it. And I wear it with proud every day.
Right. You be proud of that. You be proud of that. We've been going through losing seasons since 2001 as well. We wear our garb with pride. We wasn't even one and done in the playoffs. We were just done. And then it took Drew Brees, Sean Payton, Reggie Bush, that whole crew to come in and to just take us to victory. But one thing I want to say before I forget, I was hoping if this coronavirus wasn't going to hurt us, I was looking for KC to come down there in the Superdome so we can meet up, hold those belts up in the air together. Because no matter what, once you're a champ, you always a champ. They can't take that away from you. That's right. They can't.
Wait. And I want to say this. I'm going to do this here. Because I always be watching KC on his show. So let me just do this right quick. He gonna know who this is. Finally, that champ has come back to Elite SuperFans.
I love it. That's awesome.
And again, I want to say something. Everybody on the screen for that as well. Go ahead, partner.
If it wasn't for this, New Orleans was actually going to be my destination to go watch the Chiefs game. As a matter of fact, myself and a group of my friends from the Lake Army. Well, I love you guys, by the way. We talked about wanting to come to New Orleans. Because for one, I know a lot about the place. It was looking forward to it. And then, well, obviously, this pandemic kind of just messed up, obviously just messed up everything, like travel plans, the whole shebang. But I will say this though. I mean, I have the utmost respect. I mean, out of the few fan bases that I've seen, you Saints fans, I have the utmost respect for because of like your heart and dedication for the Saints and for the entire organization and everything and I really believe that, and I don't want to sound like a prude, but I really think what New Orleans went through with Hurricane Katrina, in a sense, I look at it as in a way as a blessing because after that, Sean Payton came in, and then Drew Brees came in, and then I guess in a sense the rest is history. So I will say this: from the Chiefs kingdom to who that nation, we love you guys, and I will say this: do the Chiefs kingdom and the entire NFL a favor and kick Tom Brady's ass.
Now this is for you, KC. I just want to show you something. Now, last year I was the Saints fan of the year, and they awarded me with something that I think I would never ever had a chance to go to. And I can tell you this here, because of Tyrann Matthews, I got tickets to go to the Super Bowl. And as you can see by what sideline I was on, you can see who I was representing. Me and my wife, we was representing at the Super Bowl. We made all the San Francisco fans mad. We made them mad.
Oh, I bet.
But before we move on, I must say, shout out to my tag team champion. He's one half of the NO Heat. He's watching us. His name is Ron Caruth, also known as Dead Pimp. He's my tag team champion. We both have tag team belts too, so I'm like a co-champion. And then I have another friend who's watching. He's on. Thanks for coming in. His name is Brian Signature Saint. We know Brian. Yeah, dude is like that far away from getting in the Guinness Book of World Records with all those tattoos on his body. Dude has more tattoos of a football team. Him and some fake team over in the other Mercedes-Benz copyright, trying to steal our dome name, team. Yeah, he's trying to do something. Yeah, but Brian is gonna take it. But right now, one thing I can say about the Saints is this here. I know we're supposed to be talking about football and stuff and rivalry talk, but the Saints, even though once we won our Super Bowl, that was it. We lost 4 years in a row, yes, the playoffs. But guess what? We were still partying on Bourbon Street like we just won the Super Bowl. We didn't care. I mean, anybody who comes to town, especially Raider Nation, the Saints, I can compare us to Raiders. We're trying to get there. I can admit the Raider fans, y'all was the first. I hate to say it. I don't want to get nobody else mad, but if you go back in the days, I saw the original Road Warriors, spikes on the shoulders. I said, those are true wrestling fans. Demolition. And I said, wow, we need to bring that here. And that's when it all started, where we started blowing up like the Raiders. But there's only 4 teams that the Saints really don't like to see come to our stadium. One of them is that fake star over in Austin.
I'm in Texas, and I'm tired of it already. The guy that they traded from the Patriots and he went down to the other team. That team, we can't stand them to come down here. That fake team.
Right.
And the other one is the Chickens. I mean the Falcons. I'm sorry. Got to get their name. Yeah, those teams.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna say it. The bitch Chickens.
Other than that, our fan base get along with everybody.
No kids are listening.
We get along with everybody. But I can tell you one thing: if COVID is not going to be affected, we're coming to Seattle. And we're coming to destroy Seattle next year. Yeah. We coming to destroy Seattle.
Some of us went. I went to Vegas to see the first Monday night game with the Raiders and the Saints. And I tell you what, the Saint fans were so much fun. That's the first time I actually met any Saints fans. I had one fan that had a problem with me. I was in White Castle, full garb. This girl, a woman with her husband, hammered drunk.
Wasn't me, I didn't do it.
How many Super Bowls does Vegas have? I go, none. We just played. This is our first game and our first win. Well, we have one. I said, well, the Raiders have 3. What are you arguing about? You don't know who you're messing with. And I'm like, does anybody hear this, or is it just me that's happening to? Her husband's going, I apologize, man. Can I get a picture with you? Can I get a picture with you?
Can I get a picture with you?
It's like that other fake. It's like that other fake team in Tampa. They bragging about garbage man.
Wait. Hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
Because I want to make sure that I give Buck and Zach an opportunity to exit stage left, and we wanted to appreciate their time on the show. But before we go into any other things, that's why I got to be the moderator here.
All right,
Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Buck. Appreciate it, KC Warrior and Buck Dog Walters, and we will talk to y'all again.
Good luck, Zach. Good luck, Buck.
KC.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
I can't even believe I said good luck to a Chiefs fan. Jesus.
All right. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.
Good night.
And again, I want before we went in there again. That's why I gotta try to be on top of things. That's why when I was way on the thing.
Whoa, Captain! This is a family show. You don't need to be on top of things. Settle down.
We've already established that with Cutie because she said something about making a kid next week.
Stop putting you, and I'll just put me on the right hand side.
Yeah, we'll see. And notice where
stay on my left because you ain't right.
Yeah, notice where she is. Okay, so again, I look better with a good-looking lady behind me. But before we go into anything else, and again, I wanted to get the 6th shot the 7th shot actually with all of my wrestlers right there on a screen, and I appreciate you. Appreciate Zach being there as well. I appreciate Buck, but I needed to stop you because we got to go into the next. Game.
Yeah.
Do I have to be Tampa Bay?
No. Because Crystal is going.
Because I lost the bet.
Because Crystal lost a bet, and I would like to say. Wait, Crystal, wait! Don't excite me too much, Rose. Quick.
You better not have a goddamn Tom Brady jersey on. I swear, I'll unfriend you. I promise.
Time out.
I would never, ever.
Because Crystal lost a bet, and we'll get into that in a bit, okay, while I get some of these comments up. I would like to say that we were going to have the other captain, Tim Young, was going to be here, but unfortunately with some internet issues, he was with me. So again, hopefully we'll get him on screen another time. I also want to make sure that people knew that Steve the Owner Tate, representing Green Bay, was here, but because we were way behind on a couple different things, he has a lot of different things to do, so he was not able to join in with us. Again, that's just a pure production problem. So I want to make sure that people knew that Steve the Owner Tate was in here and that Tim Young wanted to be here, so we make sure that they were represented and say, why didn't you have this or that? Okay, I'm still waiting on Rams folks to show up, and I'd love to have them on. So again,
where's Ramsey?
Where's Ramsey?
Well, again, you guys.
I see a couple Rams fans in the chat. Where are they at?
Well, you can get with them. You can get with them off camera. But then now, okay, we got Euland, that champ. That champ is in here, brother, and he is representing.
The champ is here.
The champ is here. And because, unfortunately, Tim is not here, and I would never talk about the local team, I have the pleasure of having a young lady undress on screen.
Drum roll, please.
Now,
Jesus.
I had to pull this out from back in my bartending days.
Wait a minute. What did you do to lose that game?
You're like a 3 now. You're like a 3. That's gross.
I know, right?
Gross.
I mean, I would take the rest off, but that probably wouldn't go over very well for the rest of the show.
Jack would fall off the chair.
Yeah, he's going right now. Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you.
Before we get into anything else that with talk that would get me in trouble with our folks here, because we got to keep it on a nice PG level. There is an after show though, folks. So there you go. I would like to say because she is representing.
I am in Tampa Bay.
Right, because she's representing, I got you on a side by side. So again, I lose my good looking lady next to me. So I got the Demon King up here again, representing the Nolans Saints. We got that champ, and representing only for this segment, I have, because she's in the area, and I would not do this.
You got like 2 minutes.
I would not. What was that?
You got like 2 minutes.
You got 2 minutes. Okay.
You got 2 minutes.
You got 2 minutes. Okay. Euland, a.k.a. Dad Champ, baby. You're home, but I'm going to give the visiting team, the local fake pirates, an opportunity to talk about why. And I'm allowed to do that because I got no real fake pirate fans on. So,
true.
But next week when I'll have to be a little bit nicer. Miss Cutie Buccaneer, tell me why
that sounds awful. Can we never say that again?
I know. Okay.
Gross.
Okay.
So gross. I just threw up in my mouth.
Oh, gross.
Okay.
So bad.
Go ahead. Why are you got now? This is it. You've lost twice to Nolans, and you haven't even been close in any of those games. You got a quarterback who I won't even say his name that had to go down there to quote unquote revive the franchise. Okay. Why is it that this old dude, who I call an old bastard, is going to come into Nolans in the Superdome and beat the Nolans Saints?
Because this entire game is going to be who wins the title of Father Time.
I got that.
Who wins the title of Father Time? And I mean, Brady's on a roll. Brady is on a roll. You have to give him that. He has turned this team around. You have to give him credit for that. I thought they were going to go in last week and totally get destroyed by Washington and their defense. Honestly, that's exactly what I thought happened. They didn't allow that happen. They played like a playoff team. And if they show up like that on Sunday night, I think game's on. I think that both of these guys are kind of taking it as jokes at this point. I don't think either one of them really have the desire to like go to a Super Bowl, other than the fact that, like, you know, if this is Breeze's last run at this, then of course he wants to go forward. I think Brady is trying to make a statement about, I can do this without Belichick. Like, it's because I think for the two of those quarterbacks, it's just all about making a statement of proving something.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought, but it will come back. I lost my train of thought, but it will come back to me.
Okay. You want to take a break there? Because again, I like to say this because Elite Superfans is about unity. It's about fans getting together, talking about with other fans, and that is a fantastic thing, which we want to make sure that we are espousing, and it is there. And it shows when we have a wonderful lady That is
And now I'm putting my jacket back on.
Wait, no. You got to leave the Tampa Bay on until I finish commentary.
Yeah, you got to wait.
Okay.
You have because you got to embrace
Listen,
all of this right quick.
I love all y'all. Being a Raiders fan, I love all y'all till we play you. Then you're the enemy. That's it.
I got you. No, for this segment, and you're kind enough. You're kind enough to do that. So for this segment, until the end of the segment, you got to keep those colors on.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to be a little gentle with her. But I just want to say this here. Oh, that doesn't sound right. But anyway, see. First of all, I want to say this here because she did say Father Time. I do want to say today, on this day,
I know what's coming.
Happy 42nd birthday to the man in charge, Drew Brees. And this is going to be what we call the retirement game because it's like you have a 42-year-old Drew Brees versus a 43-year-old the guy over in Tampa.
That other guy.
Yeah, that other guy.
guy.
But this is why I say we're going to win the game. It's going to be a little rough for us because I'm going to go through some good points and bad points. On Tampa Bay, their number one receiver, Mike Evans, is trying to get that knee right. If we shut down Tampa Bay, if we shut down Mike Evans like we did in Game 1 and Game 2, you saw the outcome. Our run defense, we haven't given up 100 yards. Well, I think we gave up 100 yards, but we don't give up 100-yard rushers. We have one of the best run defense, so we're not worrying about the run. If we can stop Mike Evans, we'll be fine. The only problem with that is our backup quarterback / tight end / running back / I don't think he punted the ball yet. Tyson Hill we don't know. They said ruled him out, but we don't know for sure if he's going to be out. That's our Swiss Army knife. You can put him anywhere on the field. He'll show up. We need him in more ways than anything. We need him. What surprised the New Orleans Saints this year, everybody was worried about, at the first game that Tampa Bay came out, they were worried about stopping Cam Jordan. Then next thing you know, we had somebody who no one never heard of by the name of Trey Hickerson. Second in the league for sacks. Now we got two people on the Saints team that have to go after Tom Brady. One thing that everybody know about Tom Brady, if he's pressured, he does not throw well.
And he throws right up on the screen.
Up the middle.
He throws interceptions. He gets frustrated. You can see him. He starts slamming the ball down. He yelling at everybody. The same thing that he did over in up north. So all we have to do is just keep pressuring him
up front, right now, up in the middle.
And I don't know what CJ is telling those raw receivers, but I'm just gonna say, keep telling them because he gets in those receivers' ear. Now they threw a flag on him for instigating their little punch in the face, but
he's the Gator.
But we're like in New Orleans, we're like, keep doing what you're gonna do. If you're gonna get a wide receiver to get so frustrated to throw a punch, and you know that's automatic rejection, and if we can get him out that way, hey, get him out for yeah. And then the Saints, they're gonna put all the pressure on. What's y'all running back name? I forgot his name. He's from LSU. Oh my goodness, that's his name.
That would be Leonard Fournette.
Because Ronald Jones is out.
Ronald Jones is out.
He's hurt. Fournette will start, and he will play.
But we're gonna stop him because that's the only thing that they have on their team. Yeah, is him.
Okay, and so, Champ, I'm going to stop you there for a minute because I know Fred's going to explode unless he says some stats.
You think about. Right now the New Orleans Saints are 5-0 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right now, the last games they played are 5-0, and then you got to look at thing with Tom Brady though. Is he's coming in here with a lot of playoff experience. He's won more games in the playoffs than any other NFL quarterback. That Tampa Bay Bucks, they're ranked number 1 in stopping the run, and the Saints are ranked number 4. They've only given up they're averaging 93.9 yards per game. if you look at this, I believe this is going to be a passing game. I think they're going to pass all over because it's going to be hard to run against both these defenses. Both of them are pretty stout. Even though the Saints have gotten the best of the Buccaneers this year, I think you got to look out for Brady. I think he's going to be focused. I think he's going to be poised, and he's going to be looking to get that ball out of his hand quick. So you're going to see a lot of. It's almost going to be a little bit looking like the Patriots. He's going to probably do a lot of 5 yard, 10 yards. It's going to be like quick dink and dunk again, and try to get going with the run. I know that Leonard Fournette is a big back. I don't think he's a three down back. So it's going to be important for them to get Jones out there as well to help complement him. But I see this game as a shootout through the air, not so much on the ground.
Okay, don't hit them all. Don't hit them all, Fred. Save some ammo. Did you get your thoughts back there, Cutie?
Yeah, because that was where I was going to go with that. Was that there's going to be no run game. It's all, this entire game is going to be all passing.
One person running though.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Go ahead, Cutie.
Calm down.
Okay.
Calm down. You want to say something so bad.
No,
that shirt is making you itch.
That's my wrestling persona.
I know. I feel uncomfortable. I'm out of my colors. This is weird for me.
You're probably breaking out in a rash wearing that stupid thing.
It's making me itchy. It's making me lose my train of thought. Like I'm turning into South Tampa girl. It's not good.
Can you imagine if we had to wear something like that?
Awful. It's not my colors.
Icky.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. I will say this because it is part of my room.
Oh,
okay. I do have a official helmet for the local team that has signatures on it, and that's it. Because it has signatures on it, and I have it
unfriended.
And
I happen to do as well from the Pro Bowl, so there is.
But it's only for signatures. So again, there's value added there.
Yeah.
Again, Cutie, where are you on your thoughts? I'm going to give it back to Dad Champ, who's going to be going back on who's going to be running and why.
Well, he can go back on who's going to be running and why. It's fine.
Go ahead, Champ.
Wait. If you know this person, then I have to do it because let me do this right quick. Hold on.
Oh gosh.
You see the jersey? Alvin Kamara. He's gonna run over everybody. Alvin Kamara.
4 touchdowns.
Wait a minute. And you do know that Alvin Kamara is the tied touchdown leader in the NFL.
Touchdowns in the game.
But this is the reason why. But see, this is the reason why we have the New Orleans Saints is the definition of the team that says next man up. The reason why I say one person might not have a big breakout, but we have so many people on our team that can play positions. When we had no running back on our team, we had a wide receiver that ran for 100 yards. So if Alvin Kamara does have a bad game, we still have 2 more people who can play those positions. And that's dual threat. And besides that, Alvin Kamara is still one of the leaders in the wide receiving position. You have to catch him in the check down because everybody knows that's Sean Payton's check down receiver. If Michael Thomas is doubled, tripled, Kamara is going to be open, and that's still a threat. And one thing I want to say about records, even though Tom Brady, I said the name. Oh wait,
no.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
Prima Thomas.
Yeah, that guy. Even when he was up north, there's one thing that's the reason why he came down to the south, and he said it himself. He wanted to play against the best and this is him, not me. He said he wanted to play against the best quarterback in the NFC, and I want to beat him twice. He said that. We all kept that tweet, and it backfired on him. Even him coming here,
he's going to win when it counts, and that's when it matters.
But we still hold against Tom Brady. Not crap. See,
you got to watch your mouth out again. Okay. Just say
I'm saying that
from the prima donna.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Drew Brees holds the win-loss record versus him. We've beat him and the other team more than they beat us.
Okay.
That's why he wants to come here to prove a point. Like you said, Brees and the other guy wants to prove a point. Yeah, they do. Brees, we've been trying to prove a point for these last 4 years when we got knocked out in 97, 98, 99, and 2000. But we're also the only team in the NFC South, and we're proud to say it. It's more. We have more South champions than this year, but we're the only four-peat team in the South. But Tampa Bay fans all of a sudden woke up and came out of retirement, out of the grave, because one
4 of them
person came there, and they're like, "Oh, we won this, we won that." I'm like, "Wait a minute, you guys only have one Super Bowl like us. The other team has 6. Don't bring his stats over there to here.
Right.
Let's look at what he done this year. It's like right now, his stats started off at 0 to me. The prima donna, new records, new season here. Whatever he did over there, we own that team too over there. So it's no question. He wants to come here. It's not going to happen. Even though they decrease the number of fans in the stands, the spirit of the Hoosier Nation is going to be there. We're going to show up in spirit like we always do. My prediction for the score, I just want me to wait. You want me to wait? The prediction of the score, 31-21.
Okay.
31-21.
So by 10.
By 10.
Crystal Cutie playing that team, though I won't say it. Crystal Cutie.
Yes.
You stated that Primatama and that the fake Pirates are going to be going into Nollins, and they're going to win when it counts. Okay. Back that. Give me a score and tell me exactly why you think that.
Last Brady and these boys have been last second on making big plays. Mike Evans did not make a big play last week against the Washington. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it this week. It's going to be a last-minute touchdown to Mike Evans for Tom Brady and the Bucs to win.
Okay, now you don't have another bet where you have to wear that next week or something as well, or will you wear something from Nollins or whatever?
No.
Okay, well, Champ, I tell you what, Champ, if you can find and she can exchange her size with you.
Please exchange my size with me.
Okay, off camera and whatnot, off filter. If Nollins wins, which we fully expect, and I'm going to get Fred on here in a minute with his prediction. If Nollins wins like I fully predict, make sure that she has something appropriate to wear next week.
Yeah, we'll send her Raider gear.
What? Just don't wear anything that require you asking for beads. That's all.
I got Seahawks beads. Does that count?
Champ, I'm going to come down there to Mardi Gras. I want you to show me a good time. I'm going to wear my Demon King gear up down there, too. I want you to show me a good time at Mardi Gras.
I have a crew that all you have to do is call me up, and we'll show you a good time.
I went to Mardi Gras when I was 21 years old. I'm 43 now. I'm a little bit more older now.
But the only problem is, I hate to say this, and I hate to break it to the whole nation. Our mayor canceled Mardi Gras.
I'm not going anywhere for about 30 years. I got next year after.
But even if you want to come down, just hit us up because we partied for no reason. I know
What's
y'all
up?
might seen that. We don't.
As
we don't
captain, just like the Raiders do. We
The
party
one
all
thing,
the time.
the
just
one
for
thing
nothing.
about the one thing about New Orleans, I can truly say, we don't need a reason to party. We just party.
I got
There's
you.
a couple places I want to hit.
But when we
stop,
stop a mud hole in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, oh, we really gonna be partying.
Okay. Crystal, you can cover that.
Oh, thank God. There she is. There she is.
Demon King.
Beauty
King,
hog.
I want to hear from Demon King, and I'm going to throw it to Fred. So get ready, Demon King. Your score and who wins and by how much?
Okay. Since I hate him, I've hated him since college. I'm going with the New Orleans Saints. Who that nation? 35.
Who that people?
Don't yell at me. I've been drinking wine. Stop. Let me go. Let me do my thing.
Who that people?
You're right. I'm sorry. Who that people?
Sorry, guys. Only one nation, but who that people? Who that people? I'm
going to get a message later. I can't believe you said that.
I had to stop you. That's too much.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm going with
only because we
people of Louisiana, the greatest gumbo in the history of the world.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going with the Saints. Okay. 41-28.
If you smell what that champ is cooking.
Okay, Fred. Throw me stats out.
This guy. I don't drink.
First of all, I got family and friends down in New Iberia.
All right, yeah, right down the street.
Yeah. So you got to look at these two teams. All right. First of all, we already know Cleveland Browns are an example of this.
Tag in.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times in the NFL. Okay. And then you look at this. There's the playoff experience in the Tampa Bay. You got AB. You can't count Gronk out, and then Tom Brady. I'm telling you, these guys they're going to come out and they're going to be motivated. Okay, the playoffs are a whole different beast. All right, from regular season, this is where you separate the men from the boys. I do like Breeze. I think this will probably be Breeze last year with the Saints. I think that this is going to be a much closer game than the last couple of games were that these two played each other, and it probably could come down to 3 points. I want to give the edge to the Saints, but you really can't count that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team out. They have a very good stout defense. They have a good running game. They have a tight end, and they have wide receivers, and they have a quarterback that can throw the ball 15, 20 yards. He's not great at deep passes, and he won't because he's got to stay in the pocket. He doesn't like the contact at his age. So with that said, I am going to predict that the Saints will win 28-24.
Okay. And again, Champ, appreciate that. You and I will get together and again, I'll come over to Nolans. It'll be me, you, Sig Saint, Sailor Saint, a couple of the other good folks that are in there. I will enjoy myself post-COVID.
And wait here, and don't get the name wrong, but when you meet my tag team champion, that pimp, oh my goodness, you talking about having fun.
Okay, we're there, but again, unfortunately,
this is for him. Hey, pimp, I'm tagging you in.
There you go. And again, I can't wait for that. Unfortunately, like I said, in a COVID environment, this is my fault right now, and I have not pretty much, except for going out to eat, have not left this room since late March. And Jason knows this, and everybody else knows this. I have pretty much have not left this room since late March.
No, you haven't.
Yeah. So
I can't stand it. Been trying to get you out of the house for years.
Well, again, when you come down here, we'll go out for that steak dinner, and because Jason owes me a steak. Not that I said he owes me. Jason said he owes me a steak dinner.
No, I owe you a steak dinner. I lost with the Garrett Cole bet. I lost.
Okay.
Buffalo. No, I'm just trying to show him so I can tell him already. Buffalo, 24. Ravens, 21.
Okay. Buffalo by 3. Okay.
Let's go.
I have now.
I think it was signature to put that comment in there, but there's only one mafia in the NFL.
Oh, wait, Big Easy Mafia. Well,
There's only one man in the
I'm
NFL.
going to end it on this here. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. I'm going to end it on this. A real good note. It's 2 reasons why the Saints want to win this game. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we're going to win this game because we're going to give the NFL and all of the fans of the NFL and the ratings are going to go off the roof after we beat beat the Succaneers, not Buffalo, the Succaneers. Everybody wants to see the rematch of the infamous no call. Rams is going to upset Green Bay 28-24. I said it.
We were cool. We were cool until that.
Well,
there is no
okay.
way.
Wait, okay. Let me.
The Rams are going to Green Bay and beating them at home.
Okay, let me be honest. Let me be honest. I said let's go backwards. If you look closely, I do have the Green Bay 28, Rams 24. I was just thinking that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wrote it down, but yeah, as you can see right there, I did.
All right.
But I'm dreaming, but I hope it happens.
I'm doing this because it's easier for me to wave. Okay, Champ, thank you for being on.
All right,
man. Appreciate it.
Dude. Awesome talking to you, brother.
Appreciate y'all. And once again, what you gonna do when that Who That Nation was on you?
You better hope to God we're not Facebook friends because I'm unfriending you right now.
Okay.
Hey,
Let's out. Do that, people.
Let's love
You go up to Seattle next year. I'm game.
All right.
All right. Hey, thanks again, there, Champ. Appreciate you being here, and we have a lot of love for you as well. And anytime, like I said, keep up with us because again, with you and your good peeps, we'll have you on. And definitely, we'll hope to have you on talking about a victory, but we'll definitely have you on and your other peeps, even if that's not the case. But we appreciate the fact that you and Brian have been awesome participating. Get the word out, get all those other teams here as we want to hear from them.
And remember, ESF, no bullying allowed.
That's right.
Go. No bullying. Thanks again.
Later.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, folks, I appreciate the fact that we had Cutie, who's actually looks a lot better now that she is covering that.
Oh God, yeah. You went back to a 10. You went back to a 10.
Okay. And
that was weird and awkward.
I want to thank Miss Crystal for being here as well. I want to thank Jason Dean. Since he's not wearing his getup, I can say Jason Dean for being here. Appreciate you guys, and again, always stick with us. And again, anytime you want to come on, and because you guys know your stuff, and we appreciate you being here in a pinch. And again, remember, Crystal, there's always the after show. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Wink, wink. All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get out with Fred, and be ready for next week. And thanks again.
Fred, good luck. Go
Bills.
man,
thank you.
Good luck. Go Bills.
Yeah, I'm going to need it.
Crystal, I'll see you. Awesome hanging with you, buddy.
All right. Thanks again.
Have a good night.
Salute, everybody. Raider Nation for life.
Cilantro.
There we go. Whoop, I've kicked out the wrong person.
This is why we can't have nice things.
That's why you can't have nice things.
I did that last week, too. I kicked out the wrong person. I'm sorry, Fred.
You did it last week, too.
I know. It must be semantics. But I kicked Crystal out, and I kept Buck in. So it's just a matter of me being Crystal, now I got to let you go. All
right. Good night. Thank you, guys.
Have a good night. Thanks for being on.
All right. And we'll go with this. I'm going to move you over. And I'm going to get my.
Wow, what a show, huh?
Yeah, it was. And I want to thank everybody for participating. Let me get the last portion of the comments up. We appreciate everybody being here. We enjoy doing this. And again, the bottom line is, and we don't say this enough, and like I said, we got it from Champ at the very end. Elite SuperFans is a group of fans being one with each other. And and I say this on my shows as well: hate the team, but don't hate the people. Okay, hate the team, but don't hate the people. And if you hate the people, then that's something that needs to be addressed. Otherwise, with other things, and you can't get along with everybody. I'll go there as well, but try to be as civil as you can. If you don't like them, just ignore them. And I've had to do that to a couple different people as well. But we think the most of everybody that we have here. I mean, I appreciate Fred being here as my co-host and letting me try to run things as I can, with technical issues and double sound out of that just freaked me out. That's why I had to stop the promo today. But we thank you guys. And Nick from Chicago, I appreciate that as well. And Nick, make sure you're here. We're definitely going to have you talk about tail greeters for the Super Bowl show. Make sure you are there, ready to go, shipmate. And get with me. I already told you, get with me on that. And Jason Dean with his thanks there, and also Ed Winchell. And so again, Fred, I get a chance to have you on, and I know that you got that big game tomorrow, and I'm going to let you elaborate as well. Is that oh boy, we got Prime in here. How you doing there, Julio? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining us as well. You got that big game tomorrow there, Fred. Any just final thoughts because again, you guys are in the playoffs and you get a chance to talk while you're still in the playoffs. You got a lot of good things going on. Your final thoughts on tonight's show. Any final words that you want to talk about that we haven't addressed already?
Yeah, I just want to, wish everybody's team good luck along the way in the playoffs. I mean, you can't, everybody can't win. So that's the playoffs. So good luck. Hope everybody stays healthy. And then another note about this Corona, make sure you guys are doing your part out there. The NFL is letting some people in. They're doing some COVID tests. Numbers are going up a little bit right now. Just make sure you're doing your part. Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and protect the players.
I wear mine because I have medical difficulties. So again, wear your mask, be safe out there, and and hopefully we'll get everybody well real soon.
Yeah,
and get a shot. Get the shots, folks. I mean, there's no way. I mean, it's free. I mean, they're providing it for free. Make sure everybody goes and gets your shots, and don't just get the one and not get the other. Do everything that you need to do. So again, I want to thank Fred for being here. I thank you, the audience, for being here and allowing us to broadcast to you. And
thank you.
Again, be one with folks. Might hate the team, don't hate the people. But we appreciate that. Oh, the elite super fans, don't bully. Don't bully. And I will show it again here with our coin. Fans against bullying. That's what we are about. No bullying here, and we are proud to be members of Elite Superfans. I need to make sure that I put the coin up for you.
And if you like the show, you like the content, remember to follow, like, and share. That's all we ask. Follow, like, and share.
That's right. And for real football talk, also Fred has his show.
Yep.
For Buff, go ahead and pip that there, Fred.
Yeah, we do a post-game show, the Cold Front Report. We do every post-game show. Like the Bills are playing tomorrow night at 8, so obviously we'll probably go Sunday night, probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock. We'll be talking about the Bills game, win or lose. We'll break the game down, and you can follow us on Cold Front Report. We have a page on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And this show will be put up on YouTube, so in case somebody missed it, go to my channel, Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Just look for me. It's easy. And I have my own sports shows as well. So if you want to talk football or any sports, hey, my Flyers are 2-0. So that's something. So all my teams are undefeated this year, the Raiders and Flyers. So and hopefully that'll continue to be. Again, we thank everybody for being here. Until then, this is Captain Jack, and that's Fred. Go say bye, Fred.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right. You guys take care. See you next week for our conference championship shows. Can't wait to see who's there. We'll see you next week.